right, guys. So we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. Looks like a judge is going to be ruling. Let me turn this down here. So looks like a judge is going to decide whether or not Diddy is going to be released on bail. As most of us probably already know by now, Diddy has been found, he's only been found guilty. He's been found guilty of 2 charges. He's been found guilty on count 3, which was transportation to engage in prostitution. And on count 5, transportation to engage in prostitution. He was found not guilty on racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and another sex trafficking. So it looks like they tried to charge him with sex trafficking twice. Yeah, guys, I think the bottom line here, guys, this is a victory for Diddy. There are no two ways about this. This is a victory for Diddy. This is a victory for Diddy. Hang on a second. There are no two ways about this. This is a victory for Diddy. This is a victory for. There we go. Anyway, this is absolutely a victory for Diddy. I just heard a woman on Whitlock say that, and listen, she's not a, I'm not a legal expert or anything like that, but according to certain pundits, they're expecting Diddy to not only they're expecting bail or bond for Diddy. And to be quite honest with you, if he's been found not guilty on 3 of the most serious charges, then guess what? Guess what? I mean, the law is the law is the law, This is just how it is. Hang on one second here. Oh, there's the chat. There's the chat. So we are going to be seeing, I think they're going to let him go. I think they're going to let him go. Also, I want you guys to keep in mind is that this is just another case. When we say money talks and bullshit walks, look, this is another example of this, y'all. This is another example of this. Money talks and bullshit walks, man. Diddy obviously had the best defense team that money could buy. He had the best defense team that money could buy. And apparently, listen, we can all sit here and talk about OJ got away with this and OJ got away with that. The reason why a big part of the reason why OJ walked for the double murder trial is because he had money. He had money. OJ had money and lots of it. Even when he had spent most of his fortune. Even when he had spent most of his fortune, he was still signing memorabilia. He was doing all kinds of stuff. He really was doing all kinds of stuff to continue to bolster and supplement his income, and it worked. It worked. He walked off scot-free. And again, remember that story. The dude, when Denzel's character went to go visit the 3 wise men. You guys remember that story? Where the guy is gonna be sentenced for murder or some crazy heinous crime, and so before he goes to get in front of the judge, he packs his ass crack full of peanut butter, extra chunky Jif. I think they called it extra chunky Jif. He packed his ass crack full of peanut butter. When the judge asked the guy, and I'm paraphrasing here, when the judge asked the guy, "All right, what do you have to say for yourself?" Takes out his hand, puts it down his pants, gets as much peanut butter out of his ass crack as he can, licks his fingers clean. The judge decided to send him to the hospital. Send him to a hospital. Oh, wait a minute. We got some updates here. Hold on.
In Lower Manhattan today, we have a team of reporters, Lisa Evers and Arthur.
What's up with the sound? Come on now. Okay, I guess they're having some sound. Oh, no, I'm dumb. I muted it like a dumbass.
By the jury today. And
why the fuck does it keep muting? Come on, man.
And let's take a live look, a full screen of the picture of the courthouse. house here. It's been quite an interesting day.
Jesus.
There's a lot of people outside the court.
Yeah, Dr. B84 says I'm pretty
Alex,
sure.
my
or
producer,
King Life
is
says I'm
helping
pretty
her
sure
out
he's
here.
going home this week. Yeah, I think he's probably going home today, guys.
A little down there, yeah.
I think he's going home today, y'all.
Better. Okay.
I think he is.
Great. Listen, we are waiting.
Danny Gonzalez is in the house. Is not guilty. Should be an interesting hard R podcast. Yeah.
Now, let me bring you up to speed. This all started, of course, this morning.
And of course, we are going to get into the Carmelo Anthony situation. I heard that I heard that Queen Doodoo was on her channel spewing a bunch of garbage. Apparently, someone went in there and told her to pull up. She started blocking people. Listen, man, Queen I'm Your Mama is not pulling up again. She exposed herself as the typical classless black woman. She didn't argue any points. All she did was ad hominem attacks. Your beard is... What did she say? Something about my beard. I really don't give a shit. Your beard is this, your beard is that. Every time I would sharp angle her on a point, she would obfuscate, change the subject, move the goalpost. We didn't have a discussion about that at all. And I think what Queen Doodoo realized is that she's up against someone who's not a dumbass. She's used to arguing with niggas. She's used to dealing with niggas. I'm not a nigga. I'm a black man, a very well-spoken black man at that. And she tried her level best to try to throw me off my square. She couldn't do it. She claimed that she had me stunned. She says, I have you stunned. And to be honest with you, she did have me stunned. I was stunned at her stupidity. I should have said that at that point. But this is a victory for niggas. Diddy's... This is basically his acquittal. Let me see if I can find... I'm going to find this one... there's this one interview that Jason Whitlock did. He actually did it this morning with a woman who's... she's an independent reporter. And oh, by the way, guys, yes, there will be a hard R segment today. We will be reacting to, I think, 5 police videos today. We are going to continue to... We are going to try to retire hard R bingo card number 27. The first one that we're going to... the first police video we are going to react to is about a half an hour long. So we've got a really, really, really good chance of hitting bingo. Though one never knows. We've gotten off to fast starts. On the bingo card. And sometimes to no avail. But we are going to continue. There we go. Bingo card number 27. Good stuff. Quentin Collier with the $5 super chat says, "You females stop lying on men just for payout. Free Diddy. I'm happy for him. Finally, justice for a man." Yeah, Quentin. I strongly disagree. This is not. Listen, this is a great day for Diddy. Listen, man, he had the best defense team money could buy. I'm not good with the verdict. I'm just not good with the verdict. No, I mean, listen, I'm a nobody. But the stories that came out about this guy, all of the misconduct and things of that nature, I mean, listen, man, we can we can. Oh God, continue. We can sit here and celebrate and free Diddy and all that good stuff. That's nothing to be. For me, that's nothing to be proud or happy about. This man committed unspeakable crimes. And here's the thing. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. She's talking again.
As well. Now, I said we are getting ready any minute now for that hearing. So let's review here some of the more important events.
It sucks that they don't allow cameras in the courthouse.
But if you haven't, some of the highlights involved.
Anyway, the point is that Diddy has been he's guilty of some unspeakable crimes. However, I think a big reason why Diddy wasn't convicted on a lot of those charges is because his actions did not meet the elements to require a guilty conviction. I mean, listen, some of the stuff that he did, some of the stuff that he, you know, that he's alleged of, pretty crazy. We all know that he is a sexual deviant. And he might have done stuff that we might not do, but I think Diddy probably broke some laws that aren't on the books. Not that he broke some laws, but I think that new laws will be introduced into legislation based on this particular case. If I'm Diddy's lawyers, I'm making sure, hey, look, we know that there's going to be new legislation coming down, because of stuff like this, but we don't want it to be retroactive. Okay, we don't want it to be retroactive. You need to make sure, obviously, it's double jeopardy. Red Pill Gospel says the prosecution overcharged. Totally agree. Yep. Totally agree. King Life says the prosecution was not ready. Absolutely. And guess what? The prosecution wasn't ready. The prosecution wasn't ready for the OJ trial. They weren't ready for the OJ trial, and Johnny Cochran and his legal team absolutely raked them over the coals. And this is what happened to Diddy. This is what happened to Diddy, y'all. And so, I can be, listen, man, I can be as upset as I want to be. I can disagree with the verdict and the decision, but at the end of the day, guys, the man deserves his freedom. The man deserves his freedom. He does. He does. I'm not good with the verdict, but hey, look, man, he was found not guilty by his peers. So guess what? He's got to go home. Let me see if she's talking about anything now here.
Should have our anchors ready there. Another picture. This is a picture of
Mario Martinez says it was a master performance by the defense when it came to cross-examination. Absolutely.
Outside the courthouse. There's been a lot of
freak off is not a RICO. Hey, man,
him that have come down there and pulled off some crazy antics. Some having to do with some of the testimony in the trial, and others not so much. But you can see there's quite the crowd out there. It's media, it's lawyers, it's fans of Diddy, it's people who don't like Diddy. There's all kinds of people out there, family members. A lot has been said. As famous as he is and as powerful as he is, we did not see a lot of celebrities attend his trial. We did see Kanye West show up for about a half an hour, and he had to go to the overflow room and he only stayed a short time and then left. It's not clear whether Diddy knew he was even there. But a lot of the celebrities that he had all those white parties with, none of those showed up. And it probably is because of that damning video of him. You can see Diddy beating his girlfriend, Cassie, something he apologized for later on Instagram. And that was played multiple times during this trial. All right, Alex, and how we doing? Should we go to our newscast now?
Yeah, we're about to start pretty soon.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Freak off.
I know we're a little late because we have sporting events.
Set a freak off, yes, sir.
About that. That's okay. But let's recap just a little bit.
Quentin Collier says, yeah, man, he beat the feds. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's crazy, but he's right. He's right. He beat the feds, but let's not sit here. Let's not sit here and act like, let's not sit here and act like he didn't buy his freedom. There we go. All right, Andrews. 182. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right, here we go. Come on now. What's up?
And here we are live outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, you guys are putting. Yep, prosecution was not ready. We got that. Yeah, he absolutely beat the feds. King Life says Diddy was smart to ask for speedy trial. Yeah, he was very. Listen, man, Diddy had good lawyers. He absolutely positively had good lawyers. He absolutely positively had good lawyers. He did. He did. What the hell is this? Why can't I hear anything? Yeah, I think Law and Crime, they be having some technical issues. Andrew JS182 says the prosecutor still got a conviction on some counts, which they can still write down as a W, even though they lost the main case. You ever seen? Listen, you could be right, Andrew JS, but have you ever seen the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose? Do you remember that? Oh my God, I can't believe I remember this. I forgot
you're looking at a live picture outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan.
I forgot the name of the priest who performed the exorcism, but I'll never forget the name of the prosecutor. His name was Ethan Thomas. I forget what the actor's name was. Ethan Thomas says this was not an execution. This was negligent homicide, holy water, and all that stuff. You got to be kidding me. Well, guess what? They found Father What's-His-Face guilty of negligent murder, negligent homicide. Do you want to know what his sentence was? Time served. So the prosecution got the W, but they still lost because the priest got to walk free. Apollo in Rocky 2, he was getting all these letters. How much did they pay you to carry that bum? You shouldn't be the champion, blah, 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 blah. And his manager, Duke, was saying, hey, man, like, you got the decision. You are still the heavyweight champion of the world. What's the problem? He says, you're right, Tony. He said, I won, but I didn't beat him. And Apollo had to prove to himself that he was still the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He still had to prove it to himself. Okay? So I agree. Listen, I don't think the prosecution takes solace in the fact that they got convictions on 2 of the charges. I think the fact that Diddy, oh, here we go. Nope. I think the fact if Diddy walks out of here under bail and then gets a sentence that includes time served, the prosecution they're not going to count this as a victory. They're not going to count this as a victory. Oh, here we go.
We're following breaking news as we come on the air tonight. Sean Diddy Combs acquitted of the most serious charges against him. These are live pictures from the courthouse where we are now waiting to learn if he will be released from jail. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Natasha Verma.
And I'm Bianca Peters in for Steve. Diddy found guilty on 2 of the 5 counts that he was facing. They are the lesser offenses, so his defense team has asked for his release.
Diddy's bail hearing is scheduled to begin at any moment now. The judge asking both sides to submit letters arguing for and against his release.
Now, if Diddy is released from jail, he would likely be subject to specific conditions while awaiting sentencing, as his legal team has proposed a $1 million bond and travel restrictions as well.
And this morning, Diddy was found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of sex trafficking, but he was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. So that means he could still face prison time, but may be released while awaiting sentencing.
Also, right now, we are waiting for the judge's decision on that. So let's get right over to Lisa Evers, who's been outside the courthouse all morning long into this evening. Lisa, what are you hearing?
Well, Bianca, Natasha, just think about this. That verdict came out early this morning, and Sean Diddy Combs has been in a holding pen the entire day waiting for this whole issue to be resolved. Instead of resolving that bail question right after the verdict was read, the prosecutors asked for several more hours in order to try and put their position together, which their position being they want to keep Sean Diddy Combs behind bars, even though he was cleared of the two most serious charges in this case. But
I say let him go home. If he's been cleared of the two most serious charges, let him go home.
To get some understanding about this whole bail process that's going on right now, Jeremy, thank you so much for being with us.
I'll read your super chats shortly, guys.
Them to delay the bail hearing like this so many hours after the verdict?
There's nothing usual about this case. Everything about it's unusual, especially when you think.
Yeah, Queen Contact says Carmelo next to prove you wrong. No, Carmelo's going to prison, Queen Contact. You seem to have forgotten. See, here's the thing. Diddy had money. Carmelo doesn't have any money. Carmelo, dude, that nigga's going to prison. His parents already blew all the money. See, what could have gotten Carmelo off was the money that his parents raised. His parents blew that money. If you think for 1 second that a court-appointed attorney is going to get Carmelo off with the evidence that they have, Queen Contact, you're in for some serious disappointment, my guy.
Really believe, or do they really believe,
he is
that he's a
absolutely
danger to the community at large? He's a danger to any particular people, that he's not going to return to court? That's a hard stretch, considering the man came down prior to being in charge. The man.
Quentin, enough with the all caps. We got it, okay? You're happy that Diddy is free. Let's not rub it the fuck in. Let's stay in pocket here, okay? Let's not act like a nigga, okay? He got acquitted of the most serious charges. There's no need to come into the chat and be putting in all caps. You got what you wanted, okay?
Because there were several attempts to get him bail all the way through this process. The prosecution said, well, we're worried about him intimidating witnesses. But that would even be a point right now because he was cleared of the sex trafficking and the RICO charges, right?
Yeah, I think it's a heavy lift, even more so than the RICO charge itself, for the prosecution with a straight face to say, this man is a danger to society, this man is a danger to any particular women, this man is a risk of flight. Absolutely not. And the evidence doesn't bear it out in terms of what he's been convicted of, and nor does the history of in terms of his compliance with returning to court or behaving and following the judge's instructions. I think they come up empty-handed, but again, there's something called the Bail Reform Act, which says in substance, barring exception, he should be held in.
And then in terms of the final decision, that should be the judge, right? That will make that decision based upon these letters that he's gotten that Natasha and Bianca were talking about from the prosecution and the defense.
Yeah,
like at this point, if they know the sentence they're going to give him, they may as well let him out. Because if he's going to go home anyway, may as well let him out early.
He can regulate where he travels to in certain jurisdictions he can go.
Yeah, Bad Rasa says a lot of the Diddy evidence seemed to be testimony rather than concrete evidence. Yeah, that's what it appears. The prosecution fumbled the ball on this one, guys. And this was supposed to be the Southern District of New York. This is the Southern District of New York. This is like the Southern District of New York is the equivalent of the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Doesn't lose often, if ever.
The conditions and that they would have to satisfy.
Money definitely had to do with this conviction. I can promise you, money definitely changed hands, guys. But that's the way the justice system works.
What about that? Do you think there'll be special circumstances or conditions that maybe a regular prison, I shouldn't say regular, but another detainee with a similar conviction would be not asked?
I think a regular detainee with a similar conviction would not have to have an ankle bracelet with 24/7 monitoring by.
Brandon Storball says he's not a dangerous man. Society wants to paint that picture. Yeah, Brandon, strongly disagree. Strongly disagree. Diddy is absolutely a dangerous man, my friend. I don't know how, based on what you have heard, like, have you heard the stories that these people are saying? Like, have you heard, like, have you heard the stories that, like, you don't think he's dangerous? Let me ask you a question, Brandon Storball. If you had a 16, 17-year-old daughter, if you had a 16, 17-year-old daughter and she had a talent for singing, would you want her to sign with Diddy? Yeah, I didn't think so. He's not a dangerous man, my ass. Stop it. Give me a break, man. Come on, y'all.
And then we've seen the other kids, the grown kids, and other extended family members. What effect does that have on a judge in this kind of decision?
So family ties are critical to show community ties. Family ties are critical to show you're not going to flee and you're going to return to court. However, let's not overstate. I think the defense has to be careful. Well, if he's a primary caretaker, who's been taking care of him for the past 10 months? If
Right.
he's a primary caretaker for a young child, obviously someone else has been doing it. Let's not overstate, but let's also be very clear. They showed their support. They came for him. They're available for him. They're going to ensure his return.
They offered one of the bail packages previously that was denied by the judge and by the court was $50 million. Do you think this is going to be, we're going to be in the seven figures?
Yes, Sarah Sonanem says, even if money got him out, wouldn't you use it to your advantage too? Let's be real. Absolutely. Oh, no, dude. Hell, yo, real talk. Real talk. And guys, I am an example of this in action. Okay? I've been convicted of violent felonies. And the reason why I'm not in prison now is because of money. So yeah, I had money and I absolutely used it to my advantage. Please please believe. Please believe.
If you're just joining us right now, the bail hearing for Sean Diddy Combs
All
happening.
right, let me read these super chats here very quickly. QLSD with the $5 super chat says, it's why I think he'll probably get some jail time. If a judge has a chance to punish him based on the DV stuff, they definitely will with the lesser charges. And you guys got to remember, Al Capone, they didn't get Al Capone, or they didn't get John Gotti, or I think they got Al Capone. They didn't get him for racketeering. They didn't get him for the gangster shit. They got him for tax evasion, right? So anytime you have a high profile celebrity / criminal, anytime you have a a criminal that's a celebrity, hold on, whatever the case may be, and you get one conviction, the prosecution is going to look to max out that conviction, and the judge could sign off on that. So we'll see. I don't think that's going to happen in this case. But it is a real possibility. It's a real possibility. Reverend Brown with the $10 super chat. Oh my God. He said, here's my donation towards your baby oil fund. You and Devin have fun. Ay. Oh boy. Oh my God, you guys are fucking killing me. You guys are killing me. Quentin Collier says, my bad, it's all right. It's all good. Alaskan K says, I'm honestly disappointed the prosecution. They came to this with nowhere near enough evidence, especially with all the conspiracies surrounding Diddy. I think this was a red herring to distract. Listen, man, you guys got to understand, the hip hop community has been privy to Diddy's behavior since the early 2000s, man. Like, dude, the hip hop community was not surprised when the shit hit the fan with Diddy. And where there's smoke, there's absolutely fire. Jay Hancock says, Myron said the Diddy case is also about setting the precedent of retroactively withdrawing consent. Yep. There's another bitch. Isn't there another bitch out there who accused some player? It was in my Discord. She accused some player of sexual assault 4 years ago. Come on, man. Get out of here with that. Queen Contact says, rejoice, black men. Throw something on the grill. Nope. Nope. Queen Contact, niggas are rejoicing, not black men. Not black men. See, Queen Contact is the type of bitch, she wants anarchy. She wants anarchy. She wants niggas who act like monkeys to run amok and destroy our society. Careful what you wish for, Queen Contact. Careful what you wish for. And it's funny, I love how niggas be like, well, Donovan, they're coming after you first. Nigga, they ain't coming after me. They're coming after y'all. Niggas, yo, white people can't even get into my neighborhood. Fuck what you heard. Brandon Storball says, I don't agree money changes hands. The evidence wasn't there. Look at the Cassie messages. No, wait a minute, hold on. You're probably right. I don't think Diddy paid anybody off, Brandon. But again, let's not sit here and pretend that money isn't one of the main reasons he has gotten
record
off.
For the year so far. Let's have a listen in on what it sounded like outside the courthouse when Sean Diddy Combs' mother emerged after the verdict was rendered.
Look at this. Look at these. Look at that. There it is. See?
We saw her.
Do you notice something about all the people celebrating?
And other people cheering them on. Now, not only has she been coming to court, as Lisa had just said, but his family, his sons have been coming.
Dre Raven with the $5 super chat says, even if he walks, there's a spotlight in the white party zestivities that have been going on. Entertainment's reputation is in tatters regardless. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
All right, well, this is breaking news right now. Let's come back on camera for this, and let's bring in Lisa Evers here. We're learning right now, Lisa, that apparently bond has been denied.
What?
Okay, that's
well, I don't know if that's getting it. Let's use this one.
Let's get Jeremy here.
Yeah, Jeremy, can you come back in here
Just
when you get
give
a
this
moment?
man bond,
what
dude. What are they?
we
Come on,
had been
man.
positioned for was an argument that because the jury found Sean Diddy Combs guilty
I think the reason why
of the charges that
I don't think they want to let him out.
That he might be able to go home. The judge even asked him at one point, I imagine you don't want to go back to MDC. He nodded vigorously.
Of course.
Right? Let's use this microphone. I'm not sure if that one works. And Jeremy, if you'll come in here
Jeremy.
too. Should we start with Jeremy's reaction?
Scott Valdez says 2 prostitution charges. He can be there. How can there be any sentencing? And shouldn't the sex workers be charged? Yeah, the sex workers should be charged, and the government did overreach. But yeah, if you can be found guilty of prostitution and soliciting prostitution.
Jeremy Sallin is with us. He's a criminal defense attorney and former Manhattan prosecutor. And the bail, the news is that bail has been denied.
Yeah, Truth Right says so. The judge isn't happy with the verdict. No, that's not a good sign for Diddy either.
That bail would be denied, meaning that he goes and stays in. There's not an exception. For example, there could be an exception where the prosecution says we consent, and there's other pieces to it as well. There could be a danger to somebody or not, but the bail being kept as it is not necessarily atypical because of the law, though one would believe the fact that he was not convicted of the top.
And here's the thing. I think one of the reasons they denied bond, I think the reasons they denied bond is because they don't want him to get out and start making phone calls and start fucking with people behind the scenes. You know? I mean, he's already gotten off, but who knows? Diddy might try to pay the right people, go down the right avenues to make sure he doesn't get any more jail time.
Charge, and it's been a reduction in people do walk free and come back and
why they haven't given him a
keeping the
bond.
bail as it is means there's no bail.
Right. So he's remanded, he's held without bail. So this doesn't change the potential sentence, obviously, because it's still up to 10 years, but for the immediate gratification purposes of getting out, doing what he needs to do and fighting this from the outside in terms of preparing for that sentencing, now it's been stripped.
And let me just add, this morning the prosecution was very adamant about wanting to have this extra time to present their argument to the judge, and seemed obviously they were disappointed with the verdict. It was very visible and very obvious, but they wanted to keep him behind bars, and they said, Your Honor, we need several hours to really get this whole argument together for you, and that's pretty stunning.
But again, I think you have to go back to what the law is and what it allows for, and generally speaking, barring some...
Yeah, Gully Blanchard says, I think money only played a factor in terms of him getting a good lawyer. I agree with that. He says, but trying to get him on RICO was weak and unsubstantiated. Yeah, the prosecution overcharged. They really did.
For some exception, the Bail Reform Act says you're staying, you're not just getting released. He was convicted of a crime. I think people, rightfully so, are disappointed and have questions from the public's perspective when you have such a horrific allegation that is not proven or substantiated beyond a reasonable doubt. And summarily, we're not talking about on the cusp. That's a pretty quick verdict that I think fooled many people thinking that there might have been a sex trafficking conviction. He's walking scot-free in terms of any allegation of coercion, force, fraud, violence. But he's still in custody.
Okay, so Jeremy, what about...
Can we just ask Jeremy?
Scott Valdez says, I'm trying to figure out how time served isn't sufficient for 2 prostitution counts. Yeah, Scott, if you want Diddy to go free because he's black, just say that. Like, guys, listen, Diddy got off and all that. This nigga belongs in prison. Like, listen, I'm not, and guys, I'm gonna appeal to your human side here. I'm gonna appeal to your human side. This nigga belongs in prison. Okay? We all know that OJ either did it or had something to do with it. But the reason why we were happy is because he was black. You can sit there and say, well, I'm trying to figure out how time served isn't sufficient. Guess what, my guy? He didn't get convicted of the most serious crimes, but guess what, bruh? He's still guilty of something. And just because he wasn't found guilty of the most serious crimes does not mean that he didn't do some fucked up shit. All of it, and it's funny, we all sit here and talk about how the justice system is flawed and this and that and the third, yet when somebody gets a lighter sentence, now all of a sudden we want to go too far. No, Diddy deserves his freedom. He absolutely deserves his freedom, but he should be in jail. He should be in prison. He is guilty of many things. And I think a lot of the things that he is guilty of, there probably aren't laws on the books for that yet. And I think that's going to change. But to sit here and act like he's been wrongly, he's been wrongly prosecuted. No, Diddy absolutely fucking deserved to be in the position that he's in now. There are way too many stories, way too many accounts for us to just be like, well, we should just let him go. No, nah, bruh. No, they got Al Capone on tax evasion. Come on now.
Was it a difficult decision for the judge?
Let's not be stupid. Don't be niggas now.
I think the judge is not finding any exception and following the law, and that's why he's staying there. The hope from the prosecution, the defense, though they didn't raise it specifically in their letter to the court, was that, yes, there may be the Bail Reform Act, and that was what the prosecution relied on, said statutorily, you can't just let him walk. The prosecution was hoping, the defense was hoping that the judge would look past that and say, he's returned, he just shows that he can follow the court order, he's not going to flee, and he's not a danger to anyone specifically or the community at large.
And then let me ask you this, in terms of the appealing this decision, what's the process now that the defense will have to go through in order to appeal the judge's decision of no bail?
I would expect that he's not going anywhere anytime soon,
Chris,
appeal or not.
I think this is good.
The judge, I haven't heard what the judge said, so it's hard.
Yo, Christopher Williams says Diddy should hit the studio first thing on his way out. Yo, real talk. Real talk. Yo, if he were smart, he would have. If he were smart, he would. Dude, I'd head right to the studio. Matter of fact, I'm writing shit down right now while I'm in prison. Yo, I'm about to come to the studio. Yo, I'm coming to the studio once I get out, and I'm dropping these tracks. Remember when Tupac got locked up, he laid down the tracks for his first four albums in like 15 minutes. No wonder Suge Knight didn't want to let his ass go.
That's what the law is. But we like to think that from the outside looking in, when someone has been charged with such egregious and horrible acts, and a jury of your peers says no so quickly, there should be a means to say you should be free. But there still is a conviction. The Mann Act qualifies. He's in custody. Whether that's a sign of the judge saying I'm going to harshly sentence him or not, we can't say.
Guys, according to the law, I think he should, and I'm not a legal expert, but I think he should have been given bail. Okay, so he's guilty of prostitution solicitation. That's not.
So the Mann Act does not involve coercion or force or anything like that. The Mann Act simply says that if you're bringing someone across state lines in substance, engaging in prostitution, that violates the law.
King Life says, he says, this freak off about to be legendary. The next freak off, the next freak off is going to be off the chain. It's going to be off the chain, fam. The next freak off, get your freak on at the next freak off. Yes, sir.
Or here, it is what it is.
AI Colonel says, haha, I love Donovan referencing the difference between black people and N-words. Definitely glad I sub. Can watch your stuff all day, brother. This is what I do, man. This is what I do. Nigga, and it's funny, niggas don't realize they're niggas. They actually think they're black men. No. Black people and niggas are two different species. I'm sorry, we are just not the same. We are not the same. We do not have the same values. My values do not align with niggas, so there absolutely is a difference between black people and niggas. Please believe.
Even more, where the judge falls, I don't know, but there's freedom for a guy who's looking at life in prison, which is unbelievable, whether he's in jail tonight or not.
And you told us that there's no minimum with the conviction, the prostitution conviction.
Correct, but there are guidelines, and the judges generally follow those guidelines.
Alaska K says, you think Asky will ask if she can come to the freak off? Oh no, she might. She might.
And remember that the prosecution can still bring out in sentencing, though you could not do that in a state court, all of his other allegations and the evidence there that was not supported by the jurors who said not guilty because it's not proof beyond a...
Quentin Collier says, you're right. He should do some time, but he shouldn't spend the rest of his life in prison. No, I mean, I agree. He has been found not guilty of the most serious crimes. I say give him time served. Now, me personally, that's not what I want to happen, but if I'm looking at this objectively, Diddy deserves to be out of prison. He deserves to be out of jail until they sentence him. And I think that they should sentence him to time served. I think that would be an incredible miscarriage of justice if I'm one of these victims, but from the outside looking in, if he's only been convicted on a couple of prostitution charges, he should be out of prison.
free man today. Sean Combs will have to wait, and the judge noted, we're told right now by Sharon Crowley, that one of the incidents of violence against a former girlfriend was in June of 2024, after Sean Combs knew that he perhaps was illegal. Right. So there are things in the bag, so to speak, that the judge is taking into consideration, that as people out on the street, maybe we were slower to get to, but the judge has made his decision. Sean Combs will not be seen on camera outside the courthouse today, at least not as a somewhat free man on bail.
Just put a poll in the chat. Are you black? And this includes niggas. So if you're black, vote yes. If you're not, vote no. You're either black or you're not. If you're Pacific Islander, answer no. If you're Asian, answer no. If you're a nigga, answer yes. If you're Irish, answer no. If you're Brazilian, answer no. You guys get the idea.
That bail typically isn't decided after the jury's decision, the jury's verdict. The bail is decided before the trial goes into play, right? And then they decide whether or not to hold a defendant in that case. That had already happened in this case. The decision was made to hold Sean Combs behind bars during the length of these court proceedings.
John the Great says, I am Hispanic. Well, then you would vote no.
And they're not over yet, right? That we have to get through sentencing for this to actually truly be over. So what Jeremy was explaining was it would have required an exception to the decision that he already made. And he said, based on multiple factors, that it doesn't rise to the level of granting an exception at this time. I don't know if I put that in English.
Arthur, thank you very much. Lisa as well, and Jeremy. We've got more breaking news coverage after this break.
Oh boy, here we go. The Diddy trial. What's up? Looks like they've got more breaking news. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, if you're half put no. Jesus Christ, people. Are you black? Yes or no? If both your parents are black, check yes. If they're not both black, check no. Please. Jesus. Guys are killing me. Oh my God. What if you're from the DR? Jesus fucking Christ. You guys are fucking killing me. You guys are killing me. You know what? Answer the way the world sees you. Because you guys are all well aware of the show called Blackish. And there is a mixed woman on the show by the name of Rainbow Johnson. Her father in the show was Beau Bridges. And they were having a conversation about race. And Beau Bridges' character says to Tracy Ellis Ross's character, well, you are a black woman. And she says to him, Dad, you're my father, yet you called me a black woman. He says, yeah, it's not about me. It's about the way the world sees you. It's about the way the world sees you. If the world sees you as black, press yes. Dr. B84 with the $20 super chat says baby oil stock actually went up today. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt that. Guillotine says P. Diddy is the new Rosa Parks. Yeah, totally. Jamon says beautiful newscasters at Channel 5. Hell yeah. Yo, I'm gonna tell you what, them Channel 5, yo, these Channel 5 bitches, they ain't bad. They ain't bad, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Guys, I'm not answering questions about the poll. If you want to answer on the poll, just fucking answer. I'm not answering stupid questions. Come on, man. You guys are fucking killing me. It's just it's a simple poll to find out what the demographics are, but I got to spend half the fucking time explaining to you guys what the poll is. Are you black? It's a yes or no question.
Welcome back. Some breaking news now at 5:30. Sean Diddy Combs has been denied bail. Some breaking news here. We're going
to see it through. The worst is over in one sense, in that he is no longer looking at life behind bars. On the other hand, his attorneys will have to file an appeal to this to this denial of bail. And remember, they had several bail applications throughout the course of the pre-trial conferences and after his arrest that were completely denied, and those were just eye-popping bail packages, $50 million, 24-hour armed guards, an Upper East Side apartment where there was limited access, no internet access for him, monitoring, cameras monitoring his activities, no guests allowed coming in, and that was denied. So we'll see what happens now, but this has to be a devastating blow for the family. The family's been very united and come together at this. We saw the two sprinters that have taken most of the family after 1 o'clock this afternoon, or a little bit earlier, a little bit after that, excuse me, after we found out that they found out the hearing would be at 5 o'clock. They all went out together to have lunch or to have something to eat, if in fact they could do that. I'm sure many of them thinking, okay, you know what, Dad's coming home, my son's coming home, that type of thing, and he will not have to spend another night in the MDC, the Metropolitan Detention Center, which is a place nobody wants to go. And so that's what it is. It's just a devastating blow for them. They went from this high, this.
JF says Donovan wouldn't last the day as a census taker. Hell no.
Those two counts of the prostitution transportation that they're facing, and that the that can be dealt with over time. That's a far cry, Bianca, Natasha, from looking at life behind, the possibility of life behind bars, which would have been with the RICO case and many decades on the sex trafficking case, because that also carries a very, very heavy penalty. But that's it for today so far. And then tomorrow the courtroom will be. Tomorrow the whole courthouse is on administrative leave, is on administrative closure, meaning that they will be,
because of the 4th of July.
Excuse me one second. We're getting interference from all the helicopters up above. So tomorrow
Lisa,
the courthouse that you see right behind me, where the trial's taking place and where this bail hearing just happened, that will be closed for an administrative closure. There will be no activity there, no scheduled activity there. Friday the courthouse is federal holiday closed. It's always closed on Saturdays and Sundays. So there was.
Guillotine says, not Black Wens, LOL. Why are you laughing? That's a W for me, bruh. That's a W for me, man.
Couldn't bring.
I don't want niggas watching me.
Yeah, Lisa, you mentioned that the $50 million bail package, which is pretty extreme.
Woo!
Why was that not enough to convince the court to let him go on bond here, especially with all those other extra things you were talking about?
Could you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
Could you repeat that again? The $50 million bond and bail package that you mentioned, including the other restrictions, those list of restrictions.
Possess or says, my peeps, other helicopters, bro. Stop with the cryptic shit, okay? Like, possess or, just say what the fuck you want to say. Don't leave these cryptic messages so that we can, bruh, either say what the fuck you want to say straight up and stop leaving all these cryptic messages, or just don't put anything at all. Jesus.
Monitoring all your calls, and they tell you straight up, we're monitoring all
your
calls.
If every chatter wants to be a fucking
the lead
superstar.
prosecutor, Maureen Comey, told the judge that he had been using other people's phone privileges, because when you're a detainee, you only have a certain number of phone calls at a certain time, using other people's phone privileges.
Wildwood says, I can't believe he's getting all this support. What the fuck? He flat out killed him, man. They haven't proved it, but you're probably right.
Legal experts that witness intimidation.
D-Rail says, y'all worried about Diddy, but you got to go work jobs, SMH. Yeah, this is my job.
Factor now, because he was.
Yep, there we are. Yep, there it is. Yep, there's nigga dog. Look, listen, we knew niggas was gonna come out. We knew niggas was gonna come out. Go Diddy! We want Diddy to win. We gonna piss off the black people.
But I think it was a big come down for the federal prosecutors. That's what pretty much every legal commentator and legal expert is telling us today. That's the latest here from federal court. Natasha and Bianca, back to you in the studio.
Yeah, definitely a high to a low. All right, Lisa, thank you very much.
And keep watching Fox 5 News for continuing coverage of the Diddy verdict. We will also be posting any updates on our Fox local app. Make sure you download that. It is free.
All right, so we are going to we're going to change gears here. We're going to switch gears here for a little bit. We're going to switch gears here for a little bit, so that we're going to keep an eye. We're going to keep an eye on the. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to keep an eye on the Diddy trial. Matter of fact, hold on a second. I think I might. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can, let's go live. Okay. All right. There we go. We'll keep an eye on the Diddy trial. Give me 2 seconds here. Let me see if we can. D-Rel says AI Colonel don't get it. Yeah, D-Rel's, please don't speak nigga. Don't speak nigga. Please speak proper English. We don't say AI Colonel don't get it. AI Colonel doesn't get it. If you're going to be in here, try not to sound like an ignorant nigga. Please. I'm requesting that you speak proper English. Thank you. See? Yeah, look at the niggas chimping out. Look, see? See?
Take that cashmere sweater. Look at them jeans you got on. That don't even match.
This nigga's talking about jeans. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! This dude just said, you pour water on me, I'll beat the shit out of you. These niggas are about to chimp out in front of the fucking courthouse. Look at this! D-Rel says I'm white, sir. No, you're not. You're a fucking liar. Stop it. You are not white. Dude, I love when niggas coming in here talking a bunch of shit. I'm white, sir. No, the fuck you're not. Shut the fuck up. Listen to this. This nigga right here. Look, watch how fast I get some people over here. This is savagery in action right now. Savagery in action. Guys, this is savagery in action right now. This nigga's actively threatening someone right now. Why are we surprised? Why are we surprised? Look at this nigga. Look at him. This nigga's looking for trouble. This nigga right here. This nigga right here.
Here in the Fox 5 newsroom, we have just learned from the judge that Diddy Combs will not be getting out on bail. Denied
Look at this. This nigga's calling other niggas. Look at him.
Said among other
Look at this.
that Combs' violent history, and at trial the defense conceded the defendant's violence in his personal
This nigga is on the phone with other niggas. Look at this.
Cassie and James. So we are going to hear he's going to be sentenced likely in October unless that date.
Look, see? Where are the baby oil? Look at him celebrating.
He's right outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. What a day this has been. First the verdict, Arthur, and then all those fans are out there all around you. We've been looking at live pictures from the courthouse and seeing the crowd growing, it seems to be there. And then the judge denied bail for the...
D-Rel says, sir, do you realize you're part black? And yes, I am white. Oh my God. Number one, do you realize you are your? Number one. Number two, you are not white. You are a nigga, and now you're up out of here. But I'll tell you what, D-Rels. I would like to talk to you. If you want to prove to me that you're white, D-Rels, I'll tell you what. Prove to me that you're white. Prove to me that you're white. Okay. You want to stand on that lie? Cool. You're about to prove to me that you're white. Yes, you are. I swear to God, niggas say all kinds of shit because white people don't talk like you do, RLs. White people don't talk like you do. See, this is the thing with niggas. Niggas forget that they don't. Niggas tend to forget that they're not like most people. Like, you niggas are a different species. So when you try to cosplay as another species, I got to call you out. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna time your bitch ass out. I'm gonna give you the pull-up link, and you're going to prove to me that you are black. Or I'm sorry, you're gonna prove to me that you're white. I'm white. No, you're not. Dumb nigga. Look at him. Hadn't said shit since. Look at you. Hadn't said shit since. Look at you. Hadn't said nothing. I'm white. I swear to God, I get the same shit when I be talking about black women. Black women come into my chat. Pardon me. Talking about, well, I'm black and I'm engaged to a white guy. No, you're not. You are not engaged to a white guy. Stop it. Enter. Oops. Display my name. What the fuck do I have to display my name for? Should be Donovan Sharpe. Let me turn this up so we can keep track of this. We're going to talk about Carmelo Anthony here pretty soon.
3 of the more severe counts, including one that found guilty on, could have landed him behind bars for the rest of his life. So everybody
he's not
thought
he's not going to prison, y'all.
But the judge stuck to the law, said make your case. They made their case, and the judge said it doesn't meet the level for an exception. So we are holding on to you for now, and then they'll proceed with this case. Sharon?
Great. So, Arthur, we know Linda Schmidt was actually in the courtroom when the judge denied bail. So
Pardon me.
we'll be hearing from her shortly, but I wanted to ask you, what a day this has been. Found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, but acquitted of the...
And guys, I didn't put the pull-up link in there for everybody. I put it up in here for D-Rels. D-Rels is the only one that has permission to pull up. I was actually going to explain this to you guys. I was actually gonna explain this to you guys the other day. The reason why I'm not allowing people to pull up as often as I was is because what I have noticed is that when people pull up to agree with me, my live numbers analytics always goes down. Always goes down. Oh my God, the Lakers just got DeAndre Ayton. Holy shit. The Lakers got DeAndre Ayton? I wonder if he's learned to shoot free throws yet. But the reason why I don't allow people to pull up as often as I used to is because people don't want to watch. The only time people want to see people agreeing is when they're on a panel with each other, right? That's and even still, no. What drives numbers, guys, is confrontation. This is why Fresh and Fit took off, because there's conflict. He had girls that disagreed with just about everything he said. The reason why Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul, blew up is because of conflict. He didn't blow up because he had black men coming on talking about how bad black women are. No, he actually had black women coming on and disagreeing with
What
him.
can you tell us?
So I'm just trying to keep
there
it.
have been crazy antics.
I'm trying to keep it gangster. Black Man Travel says, "Why are you angry? It's not that deep." I'm. This is the way I am. Black Man Travel. This is. I have no chill in me. I'm not angry. This is just how I am. Number one. Number two. It is that deep. It is that deep. When we got niggas doing nigga shit, yeah, I'm going to speak up about it. But like I said, Diddy has been acquitted of the most serious charges, so he deserves his freedom. OJ deserves his freedom. It deserved his freedom. So does Diddy. I think he should have been convicted, but hey, who am I? Who am I? He has been acquitted of the most serious charges by a jury of his peers. Send him home. Send him home.
Here who believe that the prosecution in this case, if it was overzealous, that his race might have played a role in it. So there are a lot of people out here who believe that already. So when they received the information of the jury's verdict, there was a sense of celebration out here. Sean Combs' mother came out here at one point. Everybody was cheering. She was blowing kisses to people in the crowd. And then certainly as we got closer to 4 or 5 o'clock towards the end of people's workday, and as this information had gone around, there were even more people who were coming to this area.
Yeah, QLSD says, that says a lot about our culture that agreeing equals boring. Maybe. But that's what drives ratings, man. Every movie, every TV show, there's got to be conflict of some sort. There has to be conflict. Conflict is the engine that drives the bus. No one wants to watch a movie where there is a family living happily ever after. No, there has to be conflict. Mom is having an affair. The youngest has, brain cancer. Dad gets killed in a car accident. Son faces murder charges. Conflict is what drives viewers. It's what drives viewers. That's just how it is. Call it boring all you want to, but this is show business, is what this is. And yeah, I'm glad I'm an influencer, but guys, I want my channel to channel. Oh my God, that was bad. I want my channel to start growing again, and so I need to start doing things that are conducive to that.
Earlier today. So, a circus, because, Arthur, as we've discussed a little bit when we were talking before.
Good question by Moist Fista. Says, y'all think Diddy is going to be low key after this, or do y'all think he's going to be on demon time? You know, that is a good question. Hang on a second. I'm going to put your question up. I'm going to put your question up on the poll. I'm going to put your question up on the poll. This is a good, that's a very, oh, nope, 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 nope. Nope, sorry.
Each time, each brand has a different name associated with it. So that is part of the reason that some of this public interest is happening in this case, would you say?
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is Diddy going? Is he going to keep it low key, or is he going to be on demon time?
Recent breaking development that Sean Combs is not going to be a free man tonight. What the jury essentially did today is ensure that he will spend a good portion of his life as a free man. Going into today.
Yo, King Life says Johnson & Johnson jumping up and down now. 50 Cent texted the judge and told him to hold Diddy for the holiday. Oh my God, y'all are stupid.
Out from behind bars. What the judge has decided now is because, as the judge put it, domestic violence is domestic violence. And the defense clearly said, he's a domestic violence, he's an abuser, but he's not the racketeering kind of guy that the feds want to portray him to be. The judge said, we still got crimes here. And for that reason, it's not a total victory, but certainly if we take a step back in terms of what he was facing in this case, this is an entirely new day for Sean Diddy Combs.
Dre Raven with the $5 super chat says he'll be humping everything like a naughty dog. Yes, he will.
Out there, we have a split shot of you up right now, and the crowd right outside the front doors. Are we hoping to hear shortly from the attorneys on both sides? Are you expecting that? I know there's a bank of microphones set up there. Do you think we'll hear from the defense and the prosecution? I know that they weren't talking.
Wait a minute, you're right. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I got to redo that poll. Hold on. I got to redo that poll. Is Diddy going to be low key, or is he going to be on demon time? Hold up. Let me. Low key, demon time. Okay, there we go. Now we can start that poll.
Attorney to be out here in terms of Sean Combs' defense. They're going to have to be careful now. Before Sean Combs is going to walk out, they might have said something, but they could still be positioning themselves for an appeal on those 2 counts he was found guilty of. So it's kind of anybody's guess right now. We're going to have to see.
Got it. That's great. The other thing I wanted to point out to you today, Arthur, is, as this week's-long trial.
Yep, he's going to be headed back to jail.
What makes it stand out, and we've covered a lot of celebrity trials together, is...
Okay, so they're they're basically just talking at this point. Give me a second. I think we're going to, oh, wait, nope. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. All right, so let's now switch gears. Let's now switch gears and talk about the Carmelo Anthony. Let's talk about the Carmelo Anthony situation. As you all know, Carmelo Anthony has just been recently indicted on first-degree murder charges. He is probably going to stand trial sometime next year. But I got sent this video by Phoenix Light Game, so shout out to him. This video is entitled "Carmelo Anthony Targeted by Black Prison Gangs, Ex-Con Explains." Here we go.
Carmelo Anthony has now enraged the various black prison gangs in Texas, as if deciding to personally declare war on the white prison gangs on social media wasn't dangerous enough. This is just another, after another and another, horrible decision made by him, his family, and his team. In light of news breaking that the presiding judge is a no-nonsense conservative ex-Marine who is known to sentence criminals to big boy numbers of years, as well as Carmelo's own father getting into a hissy-fit Facebook argument with Austin Metcalf's father. I'll break down why gangs and inmates of all colors are now gunning for Carmelo Anthony, and more. Let's get started.
Damn, let me speed this up. Oh, he's got a cute cat.
So let's start with the fact that Carmelo Anthony has turned the entire black community, pretty much like 95% of them, against him. and his case and his cause, whereas he had all the black people supporting him. Yeah.
No. Wait a minute there, Jumpsuit Pablo. Hold on, Jumpsuit Pablo. Not quite. We'll keep track of the Diddy stuff. We'll keep track of the Diddy stuff down here in the corner. We'll go split screen here. But yeah. It wasn't 95% of the black community. Nah, it was. And now I don't know what percentage of black people were on board, but I know it was not no 95%. Because I was not on board with that shit. Why? Because I'm not a nigga.
Let's go. You got that white boy. Yeah, you killed him. Good job. Here's some money. We're gonna save you. They're not pissed that he killed a white.
Ew, Ray J Payne says, I bet Meek Mill is ready for Diddy to come home so he can get some of that Diddy dingling. Ew, don't do that. That's gross. Oh, that's gross.
They're pissed that he and his family, I'm not even going to say his family blew the money on cars, clothes.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Say what?
His cause, whereas he had all the black people. The fact that Carmelo Anthony has turned the entire black community, pretty much like 95% of them, against him. And his case and his cause, whereas he had all the black people supporting him. Yeah, way to go. You got that white boy. Yeah, you killed him. Good job. Here's some money. We're going to save you. They're not pissed that he killed a white guy. They're pissed that he and his family, I'm not even going to say his family blew the on cars, clothes, houses, chains, jewelry. And if you need any proof, here you go. Everybody's got a new Lexus, a new Escalade, a new,
I don't know,
a new BMW.
Look, man, that to me doesn't have any bearing. I mean, when is Carmelo Anthony's birthday? I don't think that they look. Maybe there is some truth to this. I don't think they used part of that money to buy him this Lexus.
Everybody's balling, living life, yo. Everybody's doing great, thanks to all the idiots who donated because they're so happy that you killed a white person. Which is just awful.
There you go.
But they really thought, that they would use that money. Hey, we're here to pledge our money to you to help you beat this case. We want to help you get away with killing a white person. That's why we're giving you this money. We're not giving you money to go buy cars and houses.
There it is. Dude, this guy is keeping it 100. The reason why niggas donated to Carmelo Anthony is to help him get away with killing a white boy. That's it.
And new clothes and earrings and chains.
Kevin Murray says they blew the money already. Are you surprised?
Chains and diamond rings. And produce your next rap music video. We're giving you this money to help your son hire a competent, the best of the best even, lawyer to help him get away with killing an innocent white person. That's
right. Unfortunately, they have spent all the money. So it looks like Carmelo is going to be defended by a court-appointed attorney, which will almost assuredly escort him to prison.
That's why the black community donated to Carmelo Anthony. Now they're saying that's not happening. Carmelo Anthony's family has filed indigent, saying we're broke. We don't even have enough money. We don't have a dime to...
Oh, my God. This is the first person, and Del, whatever your face is, D-Rel's 93, I banned your bitch ass and told you can come up and prove that you're not white or prove that you're not black. I don't see you in here. I knew he was a nigga, y'all. I knew he was. I knew you were a nigga. D-Rel's 93, where you at? Where you at? I'm white, thank you very much. No, you're not. You're a nigga. Dude, you're a nigga just like the rest of them.
Our name, and so the state has to appoint us some lackluster, slack.
Mactownization says his family used the money to buy a house to keep him safe. No. Number one, they didn't buy the house. They rented the house, number one. Number two, if they wanted to keep him safe, why didn't they rent, I don't know, why did they rent a $900,000 house? Why not rent a $200,000 house off in the country? Right? No. Mactownization, his parents blew the money.
Lackadaisical, who gives a crap? I'm just showing up for a paycheck, which the paycheck I think is like $200 a case. This man, the public defender who they've hired to represent their son, they get paid $200 per case.
Oh my God, that is so good.
This man has to spend the next days of weeks of...
This is the first person that I have heard say the word indigent correctly. Now, it should come as no surprise, this guy, obviously he's an ex-con, so he probably knows indigent. As Nain Rouge says, Donovan, you have too much experience. Yes, I do.
Months of years of his life preparing for a trial that is going to take weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
Oh my God, this is insane.
For $200.
$200.
I know people who cut rich people's lawns for $200. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
It's so funny. And you know, black people are mad because this is, you know, this is BLM, Black Lives Matter.
No. Niggas are mad.
2.0 on a smaller level. We donated to the cause. Yes, we believe in you killing white people. We love that.
Yep.
So we want to help you get away with that. But you're spending that on new cars and clothes and houses. We're not okay with that because we would have just kept our money and tried to buy our own, you know, Nissan Altimas and you know,
he said Nissan
new
Altima.
Jordans. We could have kept our own money. Yeah, you could have. And that's why you shouldn't donate in the first place, you idiots.
There you go.
But they did.
No, Pablo. Nah, bruh. No. Let them donate. Let them donate. You want to know something? I'm glad Carmelo Anthony's parents hustled niggas. I'm glad he hustled the EBT community. I'm glad Carmelo Anthony's family hustled the community. Because now they know. Now they know not to trust niggas. Now they know. Keep donating. Go on. Keep donating. They're just going to keep spending your money.
And so they're mad. And so here's the big thing. No area of America is more upset and more invested in this Carmelo Anthony case than Frisco, Texas, and just the surrounding communities of Texas. Where is Carmelo going to go to prison? What state is he going to be in prison in once he's found guilty? Texas. As someone who's done 10 years in a state prison. Newsflash, buddy.
What? This dude.
Texas. As someone who's done 10 years in a state.
Oh! Whoa! This dude spent 10 years in prison? My guy, you just earned a sub. Holy moly. Wow, 10 years. That's a long fucking time, man. God damn.
Prison. Newsflash, buddy. I mean, it is like once in a blue moon you come across anyone who has lived the majority of their life in a different state other than the state that you are in that prison of. You know, you have some outliers.
Damn.
I grew up, I'm 25 years old. I spent 22 years in Florida, moved here 3 years ago, got arrested. Now I'm here. You don't know anybody. You don't know anything. You know, you're not from here. Other than that, everyone is from here. Everyone has family here. Let me tell you something. These black gangs in prison, who everyone thinks, oh, the black gangs, they take care of their own. They're going to take care of Carmelo. They won't let the white supremacist gangs hurt him. That's not true. Regardless, that's not true before this information came.
Nigga, dude, Pablo's putting them up on game. They think the black gangs are going to protect Carmelo. It does not appear that that is the case.
But now that the information's come out, if that's what you need, okay, cool. Let's just pretend they were going to protect him. Now they're not because they are pissed. You know why? Because they are in the same communities, the same surrounding counties, areas, or even in Frisco. That's where these inmates are from because they're all in the Texas state prison system.
Mm-hmm.
Their own family members, cousins, uncles, aunts, grandparents, parents, brothers, sisters have been invested in this case that hits so close to home, that is so igniting in emotion. Their own family members have donated their own money. And this is from me talking to several inmates who are in Texas prisons, who are in these gangs. They're pissed.
Damn.
Their own family members. And, you know, the inmates are thinking, they donated $150 for the legal defense. They could have sent that to me so that I could eat for another week. So that I could have soap under my armpit for another week.
Yo, like, I need me some steak cake. Like, I need me some ramen noodles. I need a pack of cigarettes. Like, where y'all at? King Life says they're going to bully Carmelo for that commissary. No, they're not going to bully him. They are going to assault this kid. He is going to be absolutely, oh my God.
But they sent it to him to help his legal defense. And now here he is, like an idiot, posing on his new Lexus. Living the baller life. You're not doing...
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a second, man. Hold on. This picture can't be... His picture, this can't be recent. This cannot be after the arrest or after the indictment. I refuse to believe that even Carmelo and his family is dumb enough to put this picture out.
When what was intended by the black people for the funds that were sent to you, a black man, a black kid, as a salute for killing a white person. You're not doing what you said you would do. And so they're pissed. They're so pissed that Carmelo Anthony's own mother had to come out and do this. She had to give a fake tear-filled statement. Oh, everyone's mad at us. You shouldn't be mad at us because we haven't even been able to spend any of the money until what's that? Oh, I'm getting word in my earpiece that we are just now, today, as of 5 minutes ago, able to withdraw funds from the donation side to spend. Well, if you knew that was going to happen, if you knew that soon you'd be able to get your funds, why file indigent?
Uh-oh.
And this was a day or two ago. So how come in these last 1 to 2 days they haven't unfiled as indigent and hired a big boy lawyer with all the?
I think, and again, guys, I'm not a lawyer, okay? But I think the reason why the court allowed him to file indigent is because they're not looking at the Anthony family funds. They're looking at the funds of Carmelo Anthony. He's an 18-year-old kid without a job. He clearly doesn't have any money, which I think that's probably the loophole that they probably got counsel from somebody. They said, look, they all know that you guys, everybody knows that you guys got $500,000, but that doesn't belong to Carmelo. That belongs to you guys. So if you have Carmelo file indigent, then they are going to grant it to him because he doesn't have the money. You do. That's the only reason that's the only explanation that I can come up with that makes this doable for the Anthony family.
New funds they're just now able to withdraw. Doesn't sound right, does it? But
no, it does not.
To wrap this point up, bottom line on this topic, I've already gotten word from some black prison gang members, whether we're talking Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, some of their own family members
the Vice
have already
Lords
expressed their complaints over the phone to these people. Their frustration wanting to support Carmelo, and then the betrayal they felt by Carmelo's family wasting and blowing that money on luxury items just to live lavish and large. It's just like, in the beginning, before all this stuff, I kind of explained why none of these...
Yeah, King Life says that public defender still won't help him. No, hell no. That public defender will help him go to prison. Phoenix Light Game says, niggas are like the sisterhood. They do not unite out of selfishness, it's selflessness. They do not, I'm sorry. Niggas are like the sisterhood. They do not unite out of selflessness, it's selfishness. They claim unity when it benefits them, but it's a cloak to disguise their true individualistic, nefarious purposes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ghost 1978 says, yep, the donation account is in his mom's name. Right. That's the reason why I think the court granted him indigent status.
Groups, none of these people that everyone kind of thought this will be a saving grace, they will come to his rescue. I've explained why that isn't really the case already, technically, from a perspective and an experience of someone who's done 10 years in prison and just how prison politics, gang politics work. But some people still refuse to leave that, and that's okay. And so this is for the people who are just like, nope, I don't care what you say, no matter what, they're going to back him. Carmelo, his family, and his team of idiots and clowns, which are all former inmates, by the way, are doing pretty much everything they can to turn everyone they can against Carmelo and cause them to go.
But they don't realize that. They don't realize that. Rain 89 says, what about the lawyer they had? That lawyer they had does not work for free. That lawyer they have, and here's the thing, that's actually a very good question. What about the lawyer they had? I forgot what his name was. But what about him? Well, he doesn't work for free. He does not work for free. And I'm just spitballing here, but my guess is that's probably the reason they filed indigent charges. It's because, number one, they blew the money. Okay? They asked for donations. The donations have slowed down. Okay, wait a minute. We're not going to get any more donations. Okay? That attorney that they had he's probably going to charge them a retainer anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000, which is more than enough. Given what they were given in terms of the donations. But that attorney doesn't work for free. And the Anthony family apparently does not have the money. If the Anthony family had the money, you would think that they would go ahead and just pay the lawyer. Right? Retainers paid, hours billed, motions filed, all that stuff. But that's not the case. AI Colonel says, public defenders go for plea deals. LOL, plea deals get them a big bonus. Absolutely. Absolutely.
go out of their way to want to put their hands on him. I've never seen anything like this in any widely covered true crime case. I've never seen.
Hang on a second. Listen to what this dude just said.
Out of these people that everyone kind of thought this will be a saving grace, they will come to his rescue. I've explained why that isn't really the case already, technically, from a perspective and an experience of someone who's done 10 years in prison and just how prison politics, gang politics work. But some people still refuse to believe that, and that's okay. And so this is for the people who are just like, nope, I don't care what you say. No matter what, they're going to back him. Carmelo, his family, and his team of idiots and clowns, which are all former inmates, by the way, are doing pretty much everything they can to turn everyone they can against Carmelo and cause them to go out of their way to want to put their hands on him.
And see, Carmelo Anthony's family doesn't realize this. We're not talking about people out in the public. We're talking about prisoners, y'all. Rules are different in prison.
Never seen anything like this in any widely covered true crime case. I've never seen a support team of a criminal who does so many things one after another to all but ensure that they will have the most dangerous, deadly, and awful time possible once they inevitably go to prison. And we know he's going to go to prison because, bringing me to my next point, it has just been announced the judge who will be presiding over this case. No, it's not the judge, the black woman who granted him a very, very easy bond. I mean, even getting a bond in the first place as a murderer who's charged with murder is almost unheard of, at least from where I'm from.
Right.
So to get such an easy bond is unheard of.
Real Rain says, I forget the spokesman's name. His name is Dominique Alexander. Says, but I guarantee he's tapping Melo's mom's cheeks. Nah. That would be an L for him, for sure.
And so everyone's like, oh, this is the judge. They're going to be super lenient. He's going to
maybe he is.
He's not. This is not the judge. That's just the judge who's in charge of the bond hearing. That's so typical, so routine. Has nothing to do with the judge who's going to preside over the case and the trial. The judge who's going to preside over the trial is a former Marine, no nonsense, no BS, conservative white judge who is known to sentencing criminals for.
Oh, boy. That's a wrap. That is a wrap, nigga. That's it. That's it. He's going to prison for show. He is going to prison for sure. Oh, boy. I did not know that that was the case. Uh-oh.
Big boy amounts of time. Most notably, a young man who plotted a school shooting. Did he ever get the chance to carry it out? Did he ever execute it? Did he ever go into the school and actually start opening fire? No. He didn't even get that far. He just plotted the blueprint of a school shooting. Judge gave him 20 years. 20 years. What's wrong with you? White boy. White judge, white boy. 20 years.
Bad Rasa says, that's what we were talking about, Don. Yeah, man. Oh, no, you niggas in here trying to say, hey, if Diddy got off, Carmelo will too. Nah, bruh. Nah, man. Diddy had the money to hire the best defense team money could buy. Carmelo's broke, y'all.
So I don't want to hear any of that BS. When Carmelo gets found guilty, this judge ain't gonna play no games because you actually took a life. You actually went to a school and took a life. So if he gave someone who just thought about going to a school and taking lives 20 years, what do you think he's gonna do to a kid who went to school and premeditatively planned?
Wow. So he gave 20 years to a kid. He gave 20 years to a kid that just plotted to go and shoot up a school. Carmelo brought a weapon. He brought a weapon to an event. Man, these bitches are fucking bad though, right? He brought a weapon to an event and used that weapon to end the life of someone there. Yeah, he's cooked.
To take a life. And did. Come on. And his father, Carmelo's father, is not making anything better.
Oh my God.
He's not making things any better. He's only making them worse because he's already gotten on a TikTok live recently, which we've covered in a previous video, and all but admitted to knowing my son is going to a school event he's not supposed to be at, and he's going into a place he's not supposed to be, and he's going to...
Somebody find me that TikTok. Y'all. Apparently, Drew Anthony has been on a TikTok. Somebody find me that TikTok, y'all.
Start an altercation. He admitted that. And when you look at these cases of, speaking of school shooters, you see so many lately in the news, these kids who go to school and they shoot the school up and do all these awful, dastardly, unspeakable things. They're awful. The parents get charged parents get charged and held responsible, as well as the kid who did it.
Planet Rodella 3 says, why won't they release the surveillance footage of Carmelo? Because they don't want to taint the jury pool. They don't want to taint the jury pool. They don't want to taint the jury pool. Mactonization says Carmelo will get 5 years, bro. That's wishful thinking. That's wishful thinking. He's not getting 5 years, bro. He's not getting 5 years. Carmelo is serving at least, dude, Carmelo is serving at least 20. He's serving at least 20 years, man. You know Carmelo's not going to get 5 years, bro. Come on now. Wishful thinking.
Why is Carmelo's father not being charged and held responsible? He got on a TikTok live and admitted that he...
Real Rain says if Melo pleads to man 1, he can get 5 to 10. If he pleads guilty to man 1, they'll give him 10. He ain't serving no 5.
He knew
5 years.
His son...
This dude stabbed an innocent white boy in the state of Texas, and he has a conservative former Marine judge who's going to be presiding over the case. Yeah, you wish.
Had some unfinished business or an altercation that his son felt like he needed to handle, and so he was okay with his son getting a knife, even possibly coached him.
Somebody, and for those of you guys wondering who this is, this guy's channel is called Jumpsuit Pablo. This guy served 10 years in prison, and he is letting us know all about it.
Into bringing the knife to this school event, which he was not allowed.
Oh, shit. My man Mac just put the TikTok video in the chat. Oh, my God. Or in the Discord. We're going to get to that in just a second.
Into an area he was restricted from. And when Austin told him, you're restricted from this area because you're a known thief, you are previously known to be suspended for bringing weapons.
Planet Rodella 3 says, I think it'll go to trial. They're going to roll the dice. Yes. Yes. And here's the thing, Planet. Here's the thing, Planet Rodella. The reason why they turned down the reason why they turned down the plea deal is because once they take the plea deal, it does two things. It does two things. Number one, that's an admission of guilt, which makes niggas look really stupid. Number two, if he takes a plea deal, then that means that, dude, the grift is over. The hustle's over. There's no reason for anybody to send in any more money. If he takes a plea deal, that means the case is adjudicated.
To school, we don't feel safe with you being in this area. Carmelo responded by stabbing him to death.
There you go.
And the CCTV footage has been confirmed by the media to show there was no physical altercation at all.
There you go. See?
Until Carmelo Anthony pulled out a knife and stabbed.
See, there you go. So for all of you niggas, and it was funny, this, Queen Doodoo Brown or whatever the fuck her name was, what, so you gonna believe what the news just said? Well, yes. Yes. There have been many, many people that are a part of accredited news organizations. They all said the same thing. There was no obvious physical confrontation before the incident. They did not see Carmelo get jumped. They didn't see him they didn't see a fight. They didn't see a physical altercation. They didn't see any of that stuff. There was no sense that shit was about to pop off until, of course, it popped off.
Austin Metcalf to death. And so the father needs to be held responsible. And so if the father hasn't dug himself deep enough, he is now getting on Facebook and arguing with Austin Metcalf's own father, as you can see here.
Oh, my God. What?
Pathetic. Ridiculous.
Somebody find me the Austin Metcalf. Somebody find me the Drew Anthony Austin Metcalf argument on Facebook. Somebody find that for me and put it in the Discord. Shout out to Mac, who's already put it in the Discord.
Ridiculous. The definition of a boomer who doesn't know how to navigate the internet. If they had anyone on their team who had a lick of sense, they would tell them, shut your mouth. Do not speak at all on this case in person. And most of all, on the internet, where anything you say or do, any action you take, any post you
will be used against you
on.
That's right.
Will likely go viral because this is such a covered case. And this father of Carmelo Anthony, he's an idiot. He gets on here and starts yapping and arguing and throwing a little temper tantrum.
Oh my God,
on
dude.
Facebook.
Oh my God.
And if they allow him to
somebody needs to get the Anthony family off the internet, fam. Like, come on now.
Continue doing this, I guarantee you he is going to say something so incriminating, he is going to sink his son's entire ship and maybe even his own.
He probably
and
will.
His wife's. That's just my perspective. Let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it gave you some insight.
Hey, man, Jumpsuit Pablo for the win. Jumpsuit Pablo for the win, man. Wow, this guy has incredible... Yeah, I'm definitely going to subscribe to him. Very good. All right, so now I am subscribed to... Yeah, it's Jumpsuit Pablo, one word. He's got over 400,000 subscribers. Wow, somebody says, offended by everything, ashamed of nothing, entitled to everything, responsible for nothing. God damn. Well, let me go to the quartering. Because the quartering, and listen, subscribe to the quartering, man. This guy puts out videos all the time. He's a high volume content creator. He's actually sort of the home base for this kind of thing. Let's see what he has to say. This video is entitled Carmelo Anthony Lawyer Meltdown Over Leaks of Being Broke. After that, I will be reacting to Drew Anthony, the father of Carmelo Anthony, speaking on TikTok. You can't make this stuff up. Let's get it.
Quite a few updates for you today on Carmelo Anthony. First and foremost, another local reporter comments on the tape that is purported to show the conflict between Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. We're going to listen to him.
Dom 888 on the Rumble side says, Lord God Almighty is coming soon. Repent. Ask Christ into your heart. Be born again. The whispers, emptiness of the soul, fear of death gone. True love, joy, peace, and eternal life found in KJV, John something or other. I got news for you, Don. Okay? Bible thumping does not matter anymore. Like, I'm sorry. Look, I know you think you're trying to do good and I know you're virtue signaling, but bruh, God can't help you here. Sorry. No Bible thumping here. No Bible thumping here. Let's get it.
Also, Carmelo Anthony's handler or representation is having a total meltdown that it's now been leaked that, at least according to reports, all of the $500,000 is gone. This is not looking good for Carmelo Anthony.
God, all of that 500 large is gone. That is, what did they do with $500,000 in 2 months? Like, what? Guys, honestly, their only rent, how much is the rent for this house that they're at? I mean, let's just, hold on. Yeah, young hero, I'm gonna time you out. No Bible thumping, guys. No Bible thumping. And guys, don't try to sneak tip do what young hero just did. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like when that happens. Listen, there are other religious channels. You guys can bring religion. Listen, I respect Christianity. Okay, it's not something that I necessarily rock with at this point in my life, but let's stop with this whole Christ is king, whatever. That's not what we do here. That's not what we're doing here. Okay?
Who is now just 2 weeks away from his first court appearance. I'm working on a much deeper dive for Carmelo, which I think will come out next week, that will put this all together, that I hope you guys will all like. But let's get into this first. Here we have News Nation reporter who viewed the video of Carmelo Anthony and his incident with Austin Metcalf, says there was no obvious physical altercation. Here's the brand new video.
They allowed me to view this video under strict conditions. I couldn't record anything. I couldn't take pictures.
Oh yeah, we saw this yesterday.
Notes, but that's about it. They would play it.
We saw this yesterday, guys,
and they wouldn't even rewind it or play it again, even the moment in question.
Look. Okay, let's just say that. Let me get my calculator out. Okay. Let's just say on the low end. Let's just say the rent was $5,000 per month. I guess. If they paid for a whole year up front, that's only $60,000. There's still another... Oh, dude, I don't know what the hell they spent that money on. I really don't. Robert Anderson says the family should be investigated. No, they shouldn't. No. The family should not be investigated, guys. Listen, man. The family should be investigated by the EBT community. It should be investigated by niggas, but the family has done nothing wrong. They've done nothing wrong. They've done nothing legally wrong. They hoodwinked, they swindled, they hustled the so-called black community out of $500,000, and they're not using it for the thing they said they're going to use it for. And you notice on his Give, Send, Go, it's always like, well, we need money for this that includes but not limited to. That's where they got y'all. So no, We do not need to examine the family. No, we do not. The family is perfectly well within their rights to do with that money, whatever it is they want to do. They are not legally bound to use that money for what they said they're going to use it, as described on Give, Send, Go. It is what it is.
So
what's interesting is
Real Rain says, what's that Kevin Hart movie where he gets Will Ferrell ready for prison? That's what his parents should have done. Yeah, it's called Get Hard. It's called Get Hard.
Why do that? Why have all this secrecy around the tape? Why not?
Because they don't want to taint the jury pool, number one. And number two, the reason why there's all the secrecy around the tape, let me make one thing clear to you guys. The reason why there's a bunch of secrecy around the tape is because it proves Carmelo's guilt. If Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf had jumped Carmelo Anthony, if Carmelo Anthony's life really were endangered, we'd have had that, dude. We'd have seen the video on April 2nd. We'd have seen the video the day of the murder. They'd have put that out. Oh yeah, Carmelo Anthony killed this guy. Yep, as you can see here in the pictures, looks like, oh yep, there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, it looks like 5 white guys. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, looks like he fought. Oh, and there he stabbed Austin. Yeah, I would have done the same thing too. Looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, 6 guys around him, but none of that showed that. It showed none of that. Had that been shown, we would already see the video. This is why we know Carmelo is guilty, because they're keeping the tape away from the public. That's why.
Let's just let reporters break it down and tell us what they see, especially local reporters. No one else is covering this. Well, I am, and Sarah Fields is, and I hope that you'll follow both of us.
Well, I am, but I'm a nobody, so.
And tell Sarah.
Neveo says, ooh, says the school is also afraid of lawsuits. You want to know something? You want to know something? Ray J. Payne says, think I must be blocked. You're not blocked. You're not blocked. If you can text, you can block. I had not thought about that. Like, what are some of the liabilities? Like, what could the school possibly get sued for? Very good question. Let's continue.
I sent you and said that she's doing great work.
Saw in the video was ultimately it's from the press box across the field on the 45-yard line.
Devin is making tuna casserole tonight for dinner. I can't wait.
You can view a yellow tent across the field. That's where this incident happened. There's no sound on the video, and it's raining. And you can see about 30 to 40 people around the field. It's a track meet that morning, so they're preparing.
Listen to this description
for this track meet. The incident in question happens at 9:44 a.m. It's really calm up until that point, and then chaos ensues, and you can't really make up.
Real Rain says, serious question. Would Chauvin have been acquitted if the video didn't taint the world? Chauvin would have been acquitted had they shown the whole videotape. We saw the last 8 to 9 minutes of George Floyd's life. That's what convicted Derek Chauvin. But if they had let the video roll before that, 30 minutes, 45 minutes before that 8 minutes, Derek Chauvin would not have been convicted.
Anybody, you can't make out individuals. You can see people and colors and what they're wearing, but you can't make out identities. But again, at 9:44, chaos ensues. What I did not see was any obvious physical altercation.
What I did not see was any obvious physical altercation. Let's play that again.
What I did not see was any obvious physical altercation leading up to the stabbing. Now,
let's play that one more again.
Was any obvious physical.
Let's play that one more again.
44 chaos ensues. What I did not see was any obvious physical altercation leading up to the stabbing. Now,
that is the most important takeaway from the video.
There it is. Yep.
Allegedly, there was shoving. They were in each other's faces.
Oh, no. But wait a minute. Remember, he said he put hands on me. So that gives me permission to kill him.
All this kind of stuff. So, again, now maybe the footage is so grainy, it's just too difficult to tell. But this is what everybody has been reporting.
I went inside the stadium earlier this morning to try and give our viewers a better vantage.
Ray J. Payne says, do you think the family hid the money just in case the other boy's family sue since he was underage?
Nope.
No, they're not that smart. No. I'm sorry, the Anthony is not that smart. They're not that smart. They don't think ahead like that. That's just not how niggas think. Niggas don't think like that. No, the first thing they did is went out and got an Escalade. Then they went and got a $900,000. Then they went and rented a $900,000 house. They're not thinking about what's going to happen down the line. Niggas are short-sighted. They can't see past tomorrow. They can't see past the first and the third. Listen, Is it possible that they saved the money? Absolutely. It's definitely not likely. They're not that smart. Sorry.
Point of where this all happened. Take a look. Across the field, you can see where the cameras, the press box cameras, captured everything. We're on the 45-yard line here. This is where it ultimately happened. There's a tent right up.
So you can see that's a long walk. And it's probably it's probably not an 8K camera that you can, get super zoomed in and still have a lot of fidelity.
Here, the kind of the sports tent where everybody was huddled.
Yeah, Dr. B84 says they can only spend the money on nigga shit, not be practical about their money. Yeah, Hennessy and Jordans. Hennessy, Jordans, and Cadillac Escalades.
At 9:40.
Actually, they're trying to get niggas into F1. You want to know why? They're trying to get niggas to be interested in F1. By the way, and the reason why we know this is because, yeah, Team Cadillac is going to be joining the grid next season. Looking forward to that.
Whatever went down happened right here.
There you go.
Everybody kind of took off. Now, according to police reports, Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony were here at this track meet. Austin Metcalf told Anthony he needed to move out from under their team's tent when Anthony grabbed his bag, reached inside, and told Austin, quote, touch me and see what happens. The police.
I mean, it sounds like Carmelo Anthony obviously escalated this.
Yes.
Based on all available information.
Yep.
For no reason.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. Come on, man. That is such a weak and flimsy. It's funny. Niggas think that if they say, well, hell, if he put hands on you, that means you're automatically not guilty. Nah, bruh. Nope. Sorry.
Nope.
Not happening.
Leave, dude. Just leave. What were you even doing there?
Looking for a confrontation, looking for a fight. And yeah, the F1 movie was awesome. I would go see it in the theater if I could.
Actual rules of the school state that no students from other schools can be under a different school can be under their school's tent.
Yeah, F1 was awesome.
Basically, so if stuff goes missing or whatever the case may be, they can. It's a short list of people who have access to those tents. Carmelo was never supposed to be in that tent. I suspect that Carmelo went there looking for a confrontation.
There you go.
I suspect that we're going to find out that him and
that's why he brought a knife to school. Carmelo was never in fear for his life. Okay? When you are in fear for your life, you don't tell your assailant, touch me and see what happens. You don't tell your assailant anything. You get out of there.
Austin Metcalf had some sort of beef over a girl or something else stupid like high school.
Yeah, right.
States Metcalf grabbed Anthony to tell him to move. Anthony pulled out a knife.
Real Rain says it wasn't as good as Ford versus Ferrari, but it was a solid movie. I agree with you, Real Rain. I agree with you. Listen, I thoroughly enjoyed F1. I really did. Ford versus Ferrari was a better movie. Ford versus Ferrari was a better movie. Not by much, but it was better. So I agree with you there.
Stabbed Metcalf once in the chest and ran. Metcalf died in his twin.
I mean, obviously, bonkers. Then Judge Joe Brown actually faced in on it or weighed in on it yesterday. Judge Joe Brown.
Oh, look at this. Remember that video we saw of Judge Joe Brown on Kwame Brown's channel? Well, now he's facing backlash, pandering to the white folks. This is how niggas are, man.
Is calling Carmelo Anthony a punk days after the 18-year-old was indicted for his crime. Brown, the former Memphis prosecutor and TV courtroom host, had previously defended Anthony when he was first arrested.
Of course he did, because Joe Brown thought he had to be tribalistic just like niggas are. But guess what? Now he knows the facts.
Arguing that his $1 million bond was excessive and legally unjustified.
There you go.
But after the grand jury indictment for the first-degree crime, details of the video incident were reported on by local media. Judge Joe Brown reversed course during an appearance on This Week of Kwame Brown's Bust Life podcast. Kwame Brown, probably the most famous bust in NBA history. What I don't get is this punk move of having to stab someone because they might get his butt beat, Brown said. Why did he have to take his life?
Gran Turismo was good, but it was just a little bit too theatrical for me. It was just, yeah. And listen, I loved the F1 movie, but if you are a true F1 fan, there were several things that happened in the movie that would not happen in the paddock or in the garage. Number one, Brad Pitt's character, they told him, number one, Brad Pitt's character, he was in the box, okay, and he wanted, I think, medium tires or something to that effect. And he would not move the car. Oh, no, he would not move the car until they put soft tires on. They put hard tires on. He's like, what the fuck? I want hard tires. They're like, no, go. He's like, nope, not moving the car. That would never, ever happen. That's the first thing that happened. Number two, Sonny Hayes, Brad Pitt's character, got team orders to let Joshua Pierce by. When you get team orders to let your teammate pass you, you follow those fucking team orders. You follow those goddamn orders. Brad Pitt's character didn't follow the orders, and he wasn't penalized. That was for movie's sake. I totally understood that. So there you go.
That's a punk play. That's part of this thing, emasculating the country when you don't like to fight like a man. Brown called charges against Anthony appropriate, noting that the team captain, the teenagers should have been able to handle a confrontation without using lethal force, pretending of course, he got backlash immediately from the black community because everything's about, race to them. Pandering to the white folks as usual, one commenter said. Anthony was indicted on June 24th by Collin County Grand Jury. It's the law, unfortunately, Jeff Metcalf's father said when he was interviewed. Critics accuse the judge of going easy on Anthony, citing race and political reasons. Yeah, obviously, the judge did go easy. Judge Joe Brown, flip-flopping his opinion. But now let's get to the absolute mentee B, as the kids say, or meltdown, as I might say.
Mentee, oh my God.
Of Dominique Alexander after the...
Real Rain says, oh yeah, dude, you tell a pit crew what to do and you lose your pit crew. Absolutely. Like, you can make suggestions, but you can't pull what he did. It's for the movie.
Reports of him being broke came out. Now, first and foremost, I want you to be aware this is a holiday week, but it could be later today. It could be for, my normal kind of 2 o'clock Eastern time slot. There's about...
Yes, Friday is America's 249th birthday.
About 70 emails that are about to be released. Obviously, what? I'm sure that Carmelo's legal defense team is upset about this. 70...
Update on emails between Dominique Alexander and Frisco ISD. Oh boy, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this.
In response to an open records request.
Ooh, I can't wait.
This is from Frisco ISD. What are we going to see in there? Are we going to see...
Oh, shit, Negro. Uh-oh.
These two boys. Are we going to see, that there was fights? We're going to see all sorts of uncensored, comments or information about Carmelo Anthony coming from the school that's going to shed a lot of light on this stuff. Very, very interesting. On top of that, we have Dominique Alexander having a meltdown. Stop spreading lies. Let's set the record straight.
Here we go. Listen to this.
The amount of wild and false...
So I'll read this. So Dominique Alexander says, stop spreading lies. Let's set the record straight. The amount of wild and false information being spread across social media is completely out of control. Carmelo Anthony did not submit a request for a court-appointed attorney. This is a flat-out lie. When a case is indicted in Collin County, he says, the court system automatically generates an indigent defense form. This happens for everyone, regardless of whether they already have a private attorney. It's a standard system process. Attorney Mike Howard, that's the guy who they hired in the beginning, remains in constant communication with the Collin County District Attorney's Office and is still actively on the case. We don't know who started this ridiculous rumor, but it's clear. There he is with that clear. Right-wing, quote, journalists and social media influencers are intentionally spreading lies to confuse the public, create chaos, and to attack this family. This guy, I swear to God. This guy, Dominique Alexander, there needs to be a gag order on this guy. Because all this guy does is he's making this worse. He makes this so much worse.
This information being spread across social media is completely out of control. Carmelo Anthony did not submit a request for a court-appointed attorney. This is a flat-out lie. Incorrect. We're going to disprove that in a second. When a case is indicted in Collin County, the court system automatically generates an indigent defense form. This happens for everyone. Is also a lie. Regardless of whether they already have a private attorney, it's a standard system process. Attorney Mike Howard remains in constant communication with Collin County District Attorney's Office and still actively on the case. We don't know who started this ridiculous rumor, but it's clear, quote, right-wing journalists and social media influencers are intentionally spreading lies.
Case Swifty says, have you ever seen the movie Driven? I think it's the IndyCar instead of F1. Yes, Devin and I actually watched the movie Driven a couple of days ago, and dude, there are a lot of similarities between Driven and F1. Joe Tanto is Sonny Hayes. Jimmy Bly is Joshua Pierce. Crusher is, I forgot the pit crew's name, right? Burt Reynolds' character, Carl Henry, is Javier Bardem's character. Yeah, a lot of similarities.
To confuse the public, create chaos, and attack the family. Now, I don't consider myself a right-wing journalist. I just try to come at this fairly, even when, the report came out about them buying an Escalade or this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, none of that.
I was here to say, hey, maybe they had it before. I've tried to remain, unbiased in this and try to provide, reasonable explanation.
And it's funny, niggas act like because they didn't buy the house or buy the Escalade, then that must mean that Carmelo is not guilty. No, that doesn't mean shit.
For things.
And yes, I will be reacting to the Drew Anthony TikTok video.
We are not litigating this case on social media. We're not responding to every video or post. We're not going to play into their trap. I don't know who that is. This case will be tried in the court of law, not in public opinion, blah, 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 blah. So he puts a picture of himself up because that's what it's all about.
Oh my God,
now,
this guy.
Interesting. Requesting an attorney. Seems the reports are actually accurate and you just lied to a bunch of people.
Uh-oh.
That's from the rules. A defense attorney is not automatically assigned. You'll need to ask the court to appoint one for you. You'll need to fill out a written application and show evidence that you cannot afford to pay for a lawyer.
Oh, boy.
It's recommended that you ask for a court-appointed lawyer as soon as possible. You can ask for an application from the magistrate, jailer, court clerk, or judge. That absolutely, positively disproves it. Also, in response to that. So it looks like they may actually be broke. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Sarah Fields, local reporter, in response to this said, the process is not automatic. To request court-appointed counsel, the defendant needs to demonstrate to the court they are in fact indigent, unable to afford legal representation. This typically involves completing and submitting a form detailing the individual's income, expenses, and property. Carmelo Anthony's.
Yeah, I got you, Mac. I see it right here. I see parts 1 and 2 here in the Discord. I'm going to get to that here shortly.
Now, again, I'm saying that it's entirely possible that Carmelo Anthony does qualify as indigent because he is just a kid and he probably doesn't really have any personal.
Right, and that's what I was thinking. Carmelo Anthony himself is indigent. The Anthony family isn't, but he is, and he's the one on trial, so that's where the court probably was.
Assets. These forms may be obtained from the local county's website, the Texas Indigent Defense Commission's website, or directly from court. But the defense must request it, must submit the paperwork and for the approval process.
They requested a court-appointed attorney. Dominique Alexander flat out lied. Dominique Alexander is out here trying to convince folks that he is some sort of a legal expert. No, Dominique Alexander is a nigga. That's who he is. He has about as much knowledge about the law as I do. And the fact that he said this is a normal part of the process, he lied. Not only did he, it's not that he didn't lie, he just doesn't know.
Begin. Yes, for now, Mike Howard is his defense as listed on his court docs. This will not stop him going forward from being assigned a taxpayer-funded attorney.
Oh my God, there it is. There it is. There it is. He has been approved for an indigent defense.
Furthermore, because Carmelo Anthony was approved for indigent defense, it's likely he will not receive a salaried public defender, but instead a private attorney who volunteered or will be appointed and will be paid by the county using taxpayer funds.
Oh my God.
Could actually
bleeding more money out of the county. More money.
Be Mike Howard. That's true. It's actually, it could be him. He could get these funds on top of things. It's difficult to say. In places like Collin County, this kind of defense is common practice. Private attorneys can request payment either as a flat fee, hourly at $100 an hour in court, $75 out of court.
Can you imagine being a lawyer and seeing your contemporaries charging $400, $500, $600 an hour, but you can only charge $100 because, well, You're a court-appointed attorney?
Court, don't mess with me. You're messing with the wrong journalist who actually understands how this stuff works and does her research. Till next time, Dominique. If it still isn't good enough for you, perhaps an email from Collin County Court about this process will also help you out here. Absolutely blowing out of the water the idea that Carmelo Anthony is, that this was automatic. It looks like either he is broke or they're lying and they're taking advantage of taxpayers. One of the two.
Yes, they are lying and taking advantage of taxpayers. Again, they have used a loophole. Carmelo Anthony, his name was the only name on that indigent form. That's the reason why he was approved for an indigent defense.
It was true. Because this does not appear to be an automatic process. Keep it locked in here. Click the follow button, click the subscribe button, turn notifications on. I'll be following this case.
All right, good stuff, man. So shout out to the quartering, man. He always calls it right down the middle. Appreciate him for his contributions. Okay, let's go to the
weapon.
I
have a pocket poker on my key.
Hang on a second. That's not loud enough. Here we are. Hang on. There we go.
Okay, you said
excuse me. Hey,
you have a weapon.
hey, excuse me, y'all. I'm not carrying one to high school.
Okay, well, Mike, I had one all through middle school, high school.
They are. They can own rifles at the age of 18 in Texas.
So here is Carmelo Anthony's father, Papa Anthony, chiming in with the most ridiculous thing. I mean, now we see why Carmelo's such a doofus. Here's this father popping in on a TikTok live. No one's heard him really give any say-so about this whole situation yet. And the first thing, he finally breaks his silence. And what does he say?
Everybody.
I never carried a knife to school or a weapon to school, but they are, first of all.
Right, and that's got nothing to do with anything.
Who is they? Who is they? Are we talking about just it could be either today's teenagers or white people.
Okay, let me get out of this one. That's the first one. Now let's look at part 2.
What do I do? He was defending.
My bad. Let me it is kind of.
What do I do? He was defending. You just said you would take your son to a school to fight. So if he hit him and that kid gets knocked out, and that's a 1-on-1, this ain't 2-on-1. He gets hit and he kills him. Meaning he hit him and hit his head on a rock.
Oh, now he's bringing in hypotheticals.
Unalive. Keep saying this. I'm not used to this, y'all.
Of course you're not.
But
we can tell.
I jumped in on this
yeah.
tonight, but what do you do as a father? It's like we can't win. So you took
you can win. You can not take your son to school to fight.
There you go. There you go. There it is. So Jumpsuit Pablo once again exposing. This is why we know the Anthony family isn't playing chess. They're playing fucking tic-tac-toe. Like, dude, nobody in the Carmelo Anthony camp appears to be like, they're not too bright, y'all. They're not too bright. Like, there is a serious lack of intellectual brain power over there. Ay. Trey Ball says, Don, why is your Love Island breakdown private? My Love Island breakdown, is it private on Rumble? It's private on Rumble. It's private on Rumble, yes. It is going to be private on Rumble. And the reason why it's private on Rumble is because I put it in my Patreon. That's the only thing I can think of. Gentlemen, it is now time. It is now time for the best and most controversial segment in the manosphere or the nigga community, for that matter. It's the Hard R Podcast. Here we go. It is Hard R time, y'all. You guys already know how we do in this motherfucker. You guys already know how we do in this motherfucker. It is time for Hard R Police Bingo. We are still trying to retire Hard R bingo card number 2727227. I mean, no place, child. If you know, you know. The bingo squares are as follows. I'm not resisting. I hate white people. You're recording this, all right? You're doing too much. Let me call my... Nigga, I'ma fuck you up when you get off work. I'ma call my lawyer. What you doing, bruh? You racist cracker. Where my phone at? I can't breathe. Hey, why you got her in handcuffs, bruh? I am afraid for my life.
Stop the cap.
My finger slipped, I swear.
Stop the cap.
Damn. Guess the lie detector is on point today, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, apparently so. Don't touch me. Read me my rights. I have to go to the hospital. My kids! These cuffs is too tight. I gotta go to work. Let's speed this up. I'ma sue your ass. Call your sergeant. My brother's a cop. Take that badge off. I ain't do nothing. And I don't have ID. And with that, let us get to the first video reaction. This one is entitled, Here's Why You Don't Mock Cops When They Tell You to Go Home. Oh boy.
I will be his ass. I'm just trying to defuse the escalation.
Don't talk to me like that, bro. We already got bruh.
I'm the victim. You don't get your way.
On May 7th, 2023, officers received a report of 3 individuals involved in a physical fight that ended when officers arrived at the bar.
3 individuals involved in a physical altercation. Any guess on the race of the 3 individuals? Yeah, of course, man. Of course. We all know it's who? Let's get it.
But all 3 reportedly continued to threaten staff and customers.
He thought I wasn't gonna go. Watching me all night.
All right, where you headed, B-Bud? Where you headed, man?
This nigga. Yo. What are we doing? Bruh.
Really, nigga?
Oh my god. Yo, look at this.
All right, where you headed, B-Bud?
Look at this nigga. Like what are we doing? What is this? What is this? Are young niggas still doing this? Are young niggas still like doing this whole pants on the ground thing?
Where you headed, man? Where you headed, bud?
Hey. Chill the fuck out, bro. Chill. I'm just trying to help sir. He's trying to hit me.
Why don't you go after the white boy? Because the white boy was cordial, he's not yelling.
School to fight. So if he hit him, and that kid gets knocked out, and that's a one-on-one. He gets hit, and he kills him. Meaning he hit him, he hit his head on a rock.
What the hell?
Unalive. Keep saying this. I'm not used to this, y'all. But
We can tell.
I jumped in on this tonight. But what do you do as a father? It's like we can't win. So you took you.
You can win. You can not take your son to school to fight.
Hang on, y'all. Okay. I don't know where this other TikTok video is. Hang on a second. I hate when shit starts playing. I always have 100 windows open, guys, so every once in a while, I will run into an issue that requires me. Huh. Okay. Looks like we're okay. All right, let's continue.
I ain't doing that shit, bro. What's wrong, bro?
Oh, we got Big Back in the house. We got Big Back in the house.
Okay, all right. Oh, you go ahead.
Come here. Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm good. Go ahead, slap me. Calm down.
He stole my promo. That's what it is. Tommy.
Not in the road, not in the road.
Yeah, it's a whole bar. Just the whole fight.
Not you. I'm going in. Talk to the police officer right now. Police officer right now. Talk to the police officer.
Right now. Oh, here we go. Niggas about to wild out.
They're not trying to help me. They thought that I was a guy.
Lisa, hold on, Lisa, go this way.
Absolutely. Do it right now. He been bothered the
Danny Gonzalez says, man, I know I'm a little overweight, but I'm working on myself since being here. I don't know how these women get this big, bruh. They just don't stop eating.
Question all night. One of the guys, the pan is here. We got room. We got all night we talked to. We talked to all night with this situation. We got two ladies here. We're leaving, but we see Danny all the way out. So I'm going to say, yo, you need to go put your back in the back here. You don't do nothing. So we're leaving, we come back.
Of course he does.
Like, yo, you need to put it, you pan correctly. You understand? So, first, you go into the bathroom. Woman wants the bathroom there. Another guy, you're behind. I'm not going. So the bathroom is that way. Woman is that way. He say, oh, why you follow? Yo, I'm not follow. I'm doing my job. So you, the only people all night here, the only people all night here, you put a lot of problems. I'm gonna try to calm down in this situation. So, oh no, what the fuck did you do? Hey, so you just want to leave? Huh? Yeah.
All right, take him to jail. Fuck it. Or either get him out of there, something. See, there it is. See? See? This is what niggas do. This is what niggas do. This is what niggas do. Anytime that there is somebody, anytime somebody confronts them about something, they get violent. Just ask Austin Metcalf. Oh, wait a minute. You can't because he's dead.
Hey, bro. He been watching.
Uh-oh.
His fans ain't like he ain't had no. She the only one trying to talk to me. Let me talk to her. He ran up.
I'm sorry. What the fuck does this nigga think? Does this nigga really think he's just gonna...
He the only one trying to talk to me. Let me talk to her.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude running up. This nigga's running up on the cop like he doesn't think anything's gonna happen. Yo, back off, bro. Back off. Back off. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Watch this person. Relax. What's going on? Relax.
Hey, stick him in my car and my son. Second one.
Here we go. Dr. B84 says, how are you going to be bigger than a dude as a woman? Yeah, a lot of black women are bigger than a lot of black dudes.
He put his hands on the police.
Oh, dude, let me find out the white boy has got a little nigga. And he said he put their hands on the police.
That's it. I ain't got to do that. So, since he's doing it, can I talk to one of y'all about what happened?
Oh, that were random niggas intervening, weren't they? Yep. Good point. Oh my God, Zeke Poncho says, hat turned sideways, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. Do you remember that? Remember that white dude who made up the Pants on the Ground song? Melanie Barrio says, I was listening in the background while cooking dinner. Hey, Don, happy chat, happy hard R. Absolutely appreciate that. Desmar Murray says, hide your chips, hide your honey buns. Hey, don't sleep on honey buns, man. Don't sleep on honey buns. Honey buns, yo, I've been to jail a couple times. Honey buns was life. Like, yo, don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucking twisted. Honey buns and cigarettes was motherfucking life. Oh, my God. Oops. Oh, shit. Knocked over Joel Embiid, which isn't a surprise. There it is. Both times I got locked up. I got whatever girl I was fucking to come to the jail and put $1,000 on my books. This is how I survived. I survived because of my charge and all that good stuff. I was I'm 6'2", I'm a big dude. But I wasn't there to fight. I wasn't there to, nah, man. $1,000 in commissary, and I just walked in and be like, all right, who needs cigarettes? And guys kind of looked on there like, yeah, all right. I'll get you a pack, you a pack, you a pack. Okay, what else do we got? We got honey buns. What else do we need? What else do we need for this section? I told everybody, I said, yo, look, whatever. Look, come up to me. Let me know. I'm going to write this stuff down. I'm going to get all of this at the next commissary. That's how I avoided trouble. That's how I avoided trouble. Nobody shook me down. Nobody fucked with me. Nobody messed with me. And I told him, I said, listen, man, if any of you guys need anything, I said, just come to me, man. You ain't got to threaten me. You know, I said, look, man, I do well for myself. I'm probably going to be here for a little while. I want to make this as enjoyable for the rest of us as humanly possible. I said, so tell me what you want. We'll be eating good. We'll be smoking good. Let's not fight. Let's not get into dumb shit. Let's have a fucking party. Dude, I probably bought like $600 or $700 worth of commissary that first week. Dude, we were in fucking heaven. Dude. We had one guy who made the steak cake. Steak cake was honey, so just, and I know they make it differently in different jails, but here's what a steak cake is. We take a bunch of honey buns, and the guy that made the steak cake laid them out 4 by 4. So 4 across and 4 down. So there were 16 honey buns on the bottom. Then he would take a pack of Oreo cookies, he would crush them up, that'd be one layer. Then he'd take a bunch of Butterfingers, and he'd crunch those up and he'd put them on. Then he took Reese's peanut butter cups, and put it on everything. Then he put 16 more honey buns on top of that concoction. That's the best shit I've ever had in my life. Motherfucking steak cake. Man, you talk about some good fucking eating. Yo, get you some steak cake, wash it down with some ramen noodles, go outside in the yard, smoke you cigarette. Everybody was good. Everybody was good to go. Totally peaceful when your boy was in jail. That's not going to be what happens when Carmelo goes to prison. They're going to shake his ass down. Let's get it.
Okay. So, you right there have been watching him all night. Mind you, he ain't got no.
Yeah, Ghost 1978 says, we made pizza with ramen noodles picante flavor. Real talk, dude. Like, dude, niggas get creative in jail. I'm trying to tell you, man. I didn't like being in jail, but I wanted it to be as enjoyable as possible. King Life says, have you ever had jail wine? I have not. I have not ever had wine from jail. They call it toilet wine. I wasn't there long enough. In order to make toilet wine, you have to have a lot of fruit. You have to have a lot of fruit. You really, really do. And they wait for it to ferment and all that good stuff. But no, I wasn't there long enough for that. But that would have been awesome.
He was chilling out, drinking or whatever. He kept on provoking him, kept messing with him. So he told me, oh, you gotta get out. Don't tell me what's going on. Next thing I know, he went there.
And he's still over threatening, talking about he's gonna beat his ass. I don't know why niggas don't just, guys. This is why nobody wants you people around, man. This is why nobody wants you around, because all you guys do is wild out. You're acting a goddamn fool. They tell you to stop. You don't stop. They come and tell you to stop again. They're like, yo, if you come over here, I'm gonna fuck you up. Of course they're gonna tell you to leave. This is why nobody wants these people around. Yes, hooch is what they also call. They call it hooch. This is why nobody wants niggas around, because they don't fucking leave. They're like a scourge. They're like a disease.
Her and him went to the bathroom. I see him going at the key, messing with him, keep going at her. He run up and lock her out for no reason. She was trying to break up the fight. He knocked her down. Like, he really hit her in her mouth. She went to the ground.
Yeah, he probably hit her in the mouth because she probably swung on him. See, that's what this big bitch isn't telling. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. Swear to God, man. Every time they tell it, well, they just came and swung on us for no reason. No, y'all was chimping out. That's why she got hit in the mouth, because she was running her mouth and probably threw a punch.
For no reason.
Is it for no reason? There is. It's always, the crimes are committed against us for no reason. Meanwhile, you got this nigga talking about, I'll fuck you up.
I was trying to they were trying to break him up. He thought she was trying to break him up. He hit her for no reason. He been watching me all night, but shoot like this. Man, that's crazy front pop. We're gonna figure it out. Tom.
This dude, like, guys, this is like, guys. Guys, you guys see? This is a savage, guys. People like this do not, dude, people like this do not belong here. They don't. People like this belong in a penal colony. They belong in a penal colony. They do not deserve to live amongst the rest of us. Like, it is absolutely crazy.
Tell him come out here, I will eat him. I will beat his ass.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. That's the only language you niggas, that's the only language you niggas understand is violence.
Tommy, what matters is your people are good. You ask them for be out here, they out here. They good. Look, your people tell me to chill.
Yes.
You about to try to get hit.
That bitch keeps saying for no reason. Bitch, please. Like, dude, people don't swing on you for no reason. Stop it. Niggas swing on people for no reason. Niggas definitely the knockout game. Yeah, but no, that's not something non-black people do. Ghost 1978 said some people made dice from peeling paint off the walls. Oh yeah, dude, niggas get creative in prison. They get creative in jail too.
Yes, sir. I'm positive. I'm okay.
Actually, you don't got anything on you, right?
No, sir.
Come stand up for me.
So listen, sir, I'm just trying to diffuse the escalation.
You ain't trying to diffuse no escalation. You walked up on a cop like you were going to do something to him. Stop it.
What's your name, man?
Reginald Bowler Jr.
You don't got anything on you?
No, sir. Sir, I'm not trying to play with you. I'm not trying to. I got you. Sir, I got hit in there. I was trying to diffuse the situation.
I never had jail tamales. I was never there long enough for that. That sounds good though.
Situation with my brother-in-law. It's something that was going on with the security guard. You understand?
I got you.
I ain't got nothing on me, sir. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't have nothing.
Where's your phone? You don't got a phone on you? Like
no,
that?
sir. It was left in the car.
Here's your phone. Here's your phone. I got you.
I was going in to play pool, sir.
You going to play pool?
I was going in to play pool, and the security guard kept following the people that I was with. He got into an argument with the security guard. I was trying to defuse the situation.
Yeah, he got into an argument with a security guard. Gee, I wonder why.
Okay. Honestly, sir, I didn't mean to grab you. I just meant...
Yeah, you didn't mean to grab him, but you did.
The other officer. Have a seat for a second.
Yes, sir.
We're going to figure it out, okay?
Yes, sir. No problem.
See, now he wants to mind his manners.
No, sir, I don't have a... Sir, I honestly came here... Man, I had a long weekend with it. I came here to play pool.
Here come the excuses.
I work at Shortcuts Lansky. I drive. I'm a lieutenant. I drive the truck. Okay. I came here with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, and we was hanging out. I got the kids. Me and my sister's been going through it. We can't happen to come here to this club. The security guy kept questioning us, kept following us. You know, he followed my female friend to the bathroom. She asked him what was wrong, and they got into a confrontation in between.
Ooh, Mr. Min says the only thing that makes us different than animals is rules. Actually, I would go a little bit further, Mr. Min. I would actually go a little bit further. The difference between us and animals is that we enforce rules. We enforce the rules. Niggas don't want to enforce rules. They don't want to enforce the law. This is why they want Carmelo Anthony to skate. Because a black person killed a white person, they don't want the rules to apply. That dumb nigga Beans talking about there should be precedent. Just because a white person got away with it does not mean a black person should. Sorry.
I was trying to defuse the situation.
I'm sure you were, buddy.
And my buddy happened to get exploded with the supervisor. The guy swung, hit me in the mouth. He got a pool stick. And
do me a favor. What's your first name?
My first name is Reggie. Sir, I mean, obviously, if you think I'm lying to you, you can look at my bottom.
Oh, this nigga. Now you know he's lying. He's not telling the whole story, y'all.
I was trying to defuse the situation.
What city were you born? What state?
Gainesville, Florida. Shands. They said I was... Because the officer grabbed me, I thought it was...
Do me a favor. Stand back for a second.
Okay.
Uh-oh, they're about to search him.
For what?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I didn't know he was the officer. I thought he was the security guard.
What apartment you live in Lincoln States?
They all need to leave and never come back.
Well, 10:15.
Wait, what?
What apartment you live in Lincoln States?
They all need to leave and never come back.
She said, y'all need to leave and never come back. There it is. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. And as you can see, she clearly didn't like what she heard, because we know not only do women not like to take L's, black women definitely don't like to take L's, and they don't like to take L's silently.
Well, 10:15 on one for that Leo.
I'm trying to see what
Did she actually shut up? Oh, nope, never mind. I spoke too soon.
my friend at.
Who friend? Which friend?
My homegirl.
Okay. Well,
I can't go in there. The one you got going up.
y'all are not allowed back in there.
I wasn't in no fight, yo. I wasn't in no fight.
No, she was fine.
I was, I was fine.
No, don't let her ass back in there neither. Don't let her in there. I don't care. You wanted him.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I was letting
No, you wanted him. You got to get the fuck out.
know what happened. That's it.
Hold on. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm telling you what happened, bro.
I'm telling you what happened, bruh, but I don't fucking believe you because niggas lie. I swear to God, niggas act all offended that we don't take their word for it. Like they don't give us revisionist history.
Listen, I'm trying to see what I seen. I don't know what's going on. I just seen security and him having an issue. I just seen security and him having a talk. And I tried to...
This dude is trying to reason with niggas. You can't reason with these people. You can't reason with these people. Look, does it look like this person is listening? Does it look like he's listening?
Nope.
No. He just wants to respond. That's all he wants to do. Look, not even listening.
With him and security. He the one got hurt. We're gonna try to figure it out. You acting like this will help. What happened? They ain't listening.
Yes.
They started trying to get their side.
Oh my God. This
Fuck that. Who trying to be on just their side? I tried to talk to you to find out what was going on before. No, Tommy. I tried to talk to you. Yeah, it's Tommy.
Cuz, bro, he stole my brother because he was watching me with my shorts sagging all night. He been watching my ass all night.
Oh my God. You're actually taking pride. You're actually taking pride in the fact that they've been watching your ass all night. What are we doing, dude?
I know he following us.
That's a bit? That's a girl? Oh shit, she is a girl. Damn, I thought that was a fucking dude. Yeah, I guess we have some... Those are either breasts or man titties.
To the bathroom, bro.
Yeah, Robert Anderson just says, just deport niggas to a deserted island to be done with it. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's going to get to that point. It is going to get to that point, y'all. It's going to get to a point to where we're going to have some sort of island or some sort of designated area where we send these people. Because these people don't belong among us in society. They just don't.
I don't like to feel no type of way. Bro, don't say he ain't following me like that. You don't know what's going on. Bro,
no.
He can't
Here we go. Not even listening, just yelling. This nigga is walking around yelling in the street. Look, now he's holding up traffic. Now he's holding up fucking traffic. Like, really? Like, seriously, can you imagine driving your car and seeing a shirtless nigga just running around in the street? Like, this ain't the fucking hood. Ooh, Ali Sotillo says Guantanamo Bay. Oh my God. We need to start a Guantanamo nigga Bay. That's what we need. We need to build a Guantanamo nigga Bay. Send all the niggas away. Michael Lee says, Donovan, I see why you date snow bunnies. My homie, I see exactly why. Well, of course. Snow bunnies for the win.
Oh yeah, that Leo over here. Okay. And if he wants to keep it up, I'll take him at the same time for disorderly, and then we'll be fine.
Look, this nigga's still walking in the goddamn street.
The other girl and shit.
I'm trying to get, she's not in here. I don't know what she at. I'm trying to tell y'all, she's not in there.
If she's not in there, what are you still doing there?
Listen, I'm saying, like, what the fuck, bro?
She's not in there.
I'm gonna go home, bro.
Then go home. There it is. See? W fat girl, she's like, yo, you need to calm down or you're going to get arrested. Why is it that when somebody tells niggas to calm down, they start wilding out even more?
I'm just saying. Hey, don't help me go sit. Come on.
Well, where is...
Edward Cross says, we also need a call sign so we can tell other people that we're not them. Yeah, I just opened my mouth. As soon as I open my mouth, people around me know I'm not a nigga. Like, I walk in, I'm 6'2", I've got tattoos, you know, I look imposing. Soon as I start talking. There's a really good Asian restaurant around here. Really good Asian restaurant. They have the best crab rangoon. I mean, the absolute fucking best real crab rangoon. I went in there to make to order just do like a to-go order. And I walked in and there was this older couple sitting at the bar. So I walked in and I was like, yeah, all right, you guys have the best crab rangoon. I'd like 2 orders of the crab rangoon. And I could see the old people, old white couple sitting there watching me. So when I finally was alone after I paid, they're like, are you on the radio? And I was like, no. I was like, I do have a podcast. They're like, oh, we can tell you're so well-spoken, blah, 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 blah. No, you can't always judge a book by its cover, but you can most of the time. And I'm not the guy that says, yeah, well, I'm covered in tattoos and people make these assumptions about me. I understand why they make those assumptions about me, and I don't get offended by it. I don't. If they prejudge me, I don't care because I know I'm not the person they think I am. It is what it is. And if I get a chance to and I don't try to directly prove anything. I'm just myself. Sometimes I'll walk in and out of places, don't say a word. I get the looks, I get the furtive glances. Oh well. Because I know chances are I probably make more money than they do, and I live in a nicer house than they do. So I'm not tripping. It is what it is.
She's not in there.
Uh-oh.
In there.
Indo.
She went somewhere. Hey, get out of the middle of the road. She went somewhere.
Look at this.
She's not in
Look
there.
at this. Look at this.
She went somewhere, bro. Hey, bro, don't touch my head. We're about to get.
Oh, there it is. Hey, bro, don't touch me. This is it. Now we've gotten started. This bitch wanted a confrontation with the cops, and here we go.
You walk in that road almost. No, what you need to do is don't talk to me like that.
What I need you to do is
but don't talk to me like that, bro.
Right now.
But you ain't got to talk to me like that. It don't matter. I'm worried about my brother. Get ready. You doing too much.
Oh, you doing too much. There it is. No, you talking too much, and now you finna get beat down. Chris with the $20 super chat. Appreciate that very much. Says, years of listening to you. Real deal. Appreciate what you do. Real G here. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, I have not changed since I showed my face on the internet, guys. I'm the same guy. Oh, boy. Here we go. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Why are y'all even doing that, Brian? I ain't even doing no.
You want to play games? We'll play games.
Yeah, we got a clapback cop. Phoenix Light Game says, Donovan, he's taking pride in the security guard following him because it helps him justify his victim mentality so he can use that as an excuse or permission to act as disruptive and uncooperative as he wants. Absolutely. This is what niggas do. Yeah, that security guard was following me, or he did this to me for no reason. That's why I'm acting like this. That's another way they skirt accountability. The reason I'm acting like this is because of something he either did or said.
Asked you politely to leave, and you don't
and
want
you
to
didn't.
You want to sit here and make a scene, so you'll go to jail for this.
My brother, you my brother.
Yeah, well, you can go with your brother to jail.
Oh!
Too much, bro.
See, you don't get, I'm sorry, you don't get to stand around and talk to cops any old kind of way. And I'm glad they're locking niggas up for doing this shit. Niggas way too fucking bold at this shit. Don't talk to me, bro. Don't touch me like that, bro. Bitch, he's the fucking cops, man. Get the fuck out. Like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? No respect for authority. Nope, now you're going to jail.
Get ready. That's all I want. Say, get ready. I'm straight. So y'all detaining us for nothing?
No, you're going to jail.
Yeah, you're not being detained. Your ass is going to fuck the jail. Yeah. I'm glad I'm glad the cop was like, nah, nigga, you going to jail.
I ain't doing that. Disorderly conduct. Absolutely, you did.
I didn't do nothing.
No,
I ain't do nothing.
Disorderly conduct. You had your chance to leave. You refused to.
And you didn't fucking leave.
No,
there it is.
You could have waited on your ride somewhere else. You could not stay away from here. Yeah, put him in a car with that.
Yeah, get him up out of there. Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't get to just hang around a place of business that kicked you out. You gotta fucking go. If you don't, you go the fuck to jail. Robert Anderson says, I remember when you first shown your face on YouTube, I finally realized I was not alone. Wow. James Castillo says, love me some Donovan. This cat is surgical with the game. I appreciate it. We have, I appreciate the love, guys. Thank you. Keep it coming.
She can't take me to jail if I ain't going there.
And what?
Well,
I ain't going there, so she can't take me to jail.
Well, you finna go to jail, nigga.
No.
Yeah, you finna go.
You're walking in and out of the road, coming back and forth, cussing at us, yelling at us. It's disorderly conduct.
I'm waiting on my ride, though. That's the thing.
Oh, my God.
Y'all can't take me to jail if I ain't do nothing. I ain't hit nobody. I'm the victim, though.
Bruh, you don't have to hit anybody to be taken to jail. See, this is what niggas don't get. They think if they keep their hands to themselves, they can't be taken to jail. No, nigga, you can be taken to jail.
That's all I'm saying, sir.
Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Let go.
You're doing too much.
I'm a whole fucking female. What the f*** is wrong?
I'm a whole fucking female. You want to act like a man until it gets time to be treated like a man, then you want to say I'm a whole fucking female. No, bitch, you're not a female.
You're trying to grab me. I know I'm gonna grab you, bro. With my handcuffs back.
Bitch. Dude, get the fuck in the car.
I'm gonna grab you.
Get the fuck in the car, bitch. Like, what are we doing?
No, but I'm gonna grab you. You don't say move, bro. Y'all be doing too much, whole mother.
Yep, there it is.
No,
there it is.
Now listen, bro.
Yeah, there it is. Yep, keep yelling.
You got anything on you I don't know about?
No, sir.
Okay.
Well, outside of grabbing me, you didn't do nothing wrong, man. No, I'm just saying, because the security guard hit me. If you look at my bottom,
I know you're stressed.
I don't know who grabbed me. Yes, sir, I understand that, but at the time, I did not know that you would grab me. Security guard just hit me in my mouth. No kidding. If you look at I looked at my eyes, but
yeah, the security guard hit you in the mouth. He didn't hit you in the mouth for no reason, brah.
Give me a moment.
Yes, sir, no problem.
Depending on how this goes, I might be willing to let you go.
Can I calm him down?
Do you see this? He's like, I might be willing to let you go. So, bruh, calm the fuck down and you get out the fucking handcuffs, man. That's all you got to do, bruh. That's all you got to do.
Just calm down. Just calm down.
Can I calm him down, please? You can walk me to him now.
He's going. He said that he might let you go, but
he already knows. I'm trying to calm down the fusion, babe. Just chill.
I talk to him, Reggie. He already knows.
She ain't talking to nobody right now.
Every one of these people is yelling. It's just a bunch of just a bunch of fucking people yelling, man.
Sir, if you give me a minute, I'll calm down everything.
That bitch is still talking.
I'll calm down the fusion.
Give me a moment.
Can I please walk over to her, please?
Give me a moment.
Yes, sir.
Listen, bro, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. We're the victims. And say, we're the victims, though. Say, say. Say. Stop. Hey, say. Stop. That's something on the phone. That's something on the phone. I ain't doing too much. That's something on the phone, bro. Stop.
Straight chimping out, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, you're the victims now.
We're the victims.
You've asked me politely.
I got choked. So I can't get no lawyer. I gotta go to jail for being choked. I can't.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. I swear to God, man, these niggas just don't know how to act.
I'm not talking about so wrong, bro. Man, they doing shit, bro.
Who you want your keys to go to?
Man, give him shit.
Okay, relax. I'll give them to him. Relax.
This bitch still is wound up.
So I'm going to jail for being choked.
No, you went to jail. We gave you multiple chances to leave. Then you started entering the roadway several times. We told you.
Phoenix Light Game says the reason why niggas linger around businesses they've been trespassed from is because they want to disrupt the business by making everyone else's experience at said establishment miserable, hotels, restaurant, etc. This is the common denominator, y'all. This is the common denominator. That's all they want to do is cause a bunch of trouble. And now cops are starting to step in and arresting these niggas. Good. What is, I don't understand what's with all the yelling. Like, I don't get it.
This is not right. You got anything on you? I'm the victim. All right, get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. You're going to jail for disorderly conduct. I got choked.
Get your ass in the car.
That's not crazy. Sit in the car.
I got choked, though. Good.
I got choked.
Yep, you got choked. Why did you get choked? Bitch, I can't understand a word you're saying. Like, what is, like, listen. Look. The fuck is she saying? Listen.
You got anything on you?
You know what? I wonder if the subtitles catch this. I want to know what the subtitles say.
I'm the victim. All right, get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. You're going to jail for this.
I'm the victim, nigga.
Stop the cap.
Broke ass niggas.
Disorderly conduct. I got choked. Get in the car. That's not crazy. Sit in the car. I got choked. Relax. Bro, get my key, man. Hey, tell Shawty got my mama, bro. They ain't probably know this shit, bro. That shit retarded, bro. That's about real, bro. I ain't know this shit, man.
I have no idea what the fuck she's saying, y'all.
No, bro. I told my bro. Bro, look,
calm down.
You gotta calm yourself. Hey, rip off up front if you need it.
Bishop!
Okay. From the beginning, it was all wrong. And
That's what I said. Nobody understand that. They come in.
Oh, look at her. They're recording. Oh, yep. They're recording. They recording it. They're recording it. This old girl right here recording this. Like the cops are doing something wrong.
They came in when the problem was just being escalated.
Just hang out with him for a second.
The Level Man says if niggas, my words, would put as much energy into keeping their families together as they do spazzing out on police, many societal problems would solve themselves. There you go. There you go. There you go. Well said.
The PC inside is not going to help her get out the hiccup. That man was dead wrong.
Yes, he was, and the other guy inside said, if I need a witness, that he'll come out and talk to the officer.
I ain't going to say no more.
I already talked to the officer. I talked to the officer.
He said,
They don't owe y'all shit. They don't owe y'all an explanation. Just get the fuck up out of there. You people are not welcome here anymore.
they watched the whole thing because he was bothering the time. Y'all like, I don't
I swear to God, niggas tell it like they didn't do anything wrong. We were just minding our own business, nursing our drinks when they came up and caused trouble. Loaded Locks Gaming with the $5 super chat says she doesn't sound like she smokes cigarettes. She eats the whole pack. She eats 2 packs a day.
That's why I didn't nut up. The man hit me in my mouth. I didn't want to nut up because everybody else is going to. The man got mad. He hit me in the mouth and got a boost. He got a boost.
Yeah, he got mad and hit you in the mouth because you probably swung on him. Quit acting like, dude, quit acting like something was perpetuated against you.
He got a boo, got boosted. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was bothering him.
Dre Raven with the $2 super chat says, is that Fat Albert in drag?
Yep.
Looks like it.
He walked that girl to the bathroom. He followed us to the bathroom. She said, sir, why are you following me to the bathroom?
Oh my God.
No, I see.
You know what I mean? Like, we didn't do nothing wrong. We just asked him right, and then he got upset.
David Azenwa says the person is speaking nigga-ese. Oh, nigga-nese. Even the caption can't figure out all of it. Yeah, exactly.
That's why they didn't talk to the security guard.
I understand that. Guess what?
Did anybody talk to the security guard that was in the building?
Ain't nobody talking to the security guard, bitch. Okay? The security guard did his job. Like, they think that the security guard is the cause of all this. No, you niggas are the cause of this. The security guard eradicated the situation. Okay? Like quit trying. This bitch is over here talking, well, you the security guard. No, security guard didn't do shit. He eradicated the situation and you guys are mad.
Which one?
The one that attacked him.
Yeah, the one that attacked him for no reason. Is that it?
Because he should be the one out here talking to y'all. Because
No, nope. He was protecting his establishment.
he kept, like I told him, he kept provoking it. He wasn't messing with nobody.
He wasn't. So let me get this straight. This nigga wasn't messing with nobody, but the security guard just came up and just started fucking with him for no reason, right? Come on,
Stop
man.
the cap.
Come on. Really? Like seriously?
Really, nigga?
Like he was just standing around minding his own business when this big bad racist security guard came up and started heckling and harassing him for no reason. Get out of here.
Then when Brisha went to the bathroom,
Where's the security guard?
The security guard is in there. And he swung on her like he knocked her on the ground.
Yes, because she probably swung on him.
She was trying to break the
upset. He say, at first it went from, sir, pull your pants up. He say, okay, I got my pants put up.
He ain't got no belt.
He pulled his pants up, then say, came over and he said, sir, pull your pants up.
You're in an establishment with your pants falling down. What did you expect?
I walked my best friend, which is a female, to the bathroom, which I got a handcuff. She said, sir, why do you keep following us? I'm a female. I'm going to the bathroom. He said, I got the right to do whatever I want to do.
Damn right.
She said, sir, I don't think it's cool that you follow me to the bathroom. He got upset. I said, Bishop, calm down.
So he thought she was a...
He thought I was a goofy. He thought I was just somebody else. I said, Bishop, calm down. He said, man, I don't give a who you is. He said, I don't give a
me for a second, man?
Yes, sir, no problem.
Hey, come over.
No problem.
Hey, what side's free?
Say it again.
What side's free?
You already checked him?
Yeah.
Hey, rotate first. Rotate first.
No shirt, no shoes, no service. Y'all ever heard of that?
I'm just asking. Just do me a favor, rotate it, okay?
Can you get my thermos from my sir? Sir, can you get my thermos from us? Can I ask you something?
Security guard, did they show you what all happened?
I think that dude who's trying to be calm, I think that cop knows he's trying to handle him. He's like, sir, can I get my thermos? They're just trying to get them to comply.
With him, because he was provoking it the whole time.
This bitch, I swear to God, this bitch really wants the security guard to go to jail. He was provoking it the whole time. It's so funny. Again, this bitch thinks that we're just going to take her word that the security guard just rolled up for no reason and started harassing this guy. El Corro with the $5 Australian super chat says he isn't a security guard. That's animal control. Yep. Absolutely.
So here's the thing, okay? Unfortunately, whenever we as citizens make entry into a business that's like an alcohol establishment, something like that, if they have rules, they want to enforce them, and then they want somebody to leave, they are allowed to physically grab somebody and
there you go. See, look, still an argument. So the cop is letting them know, hey, yo, if somebody wants you to leave the establishment, they can physically remove you. That is the law. She still has a problem with it.
When they was going to the bathroom, he was following them.
Yeah.
Yes, probably because they were causing trouble.
And them two, I'm gonna tell you this.
Listen to her pausing. Listen to her pausing. She's trying to see what she's doing is she's telling the story, but then when she gets to the parts where the black people, the niggas fucked up, that's when she pauses.
The girl, she was trying to break it apart because Tommy and him was going at it. He kept following him the whole night. But Tommy wasn't doing that but playing pool.
Nah, that's bullshit.
And
Bullshit.
The black gentleman, he kept like poking at him. I'm like, he ain't doing that. He playing pool. He not messing with nobody. Even though he didn't have no belt on, he didn't.
He's playing pool even though he didn't have no belt on. He's playing, oh my God. He's playing pool with his ass, with his draw showing. Lady, that's not allowed in any establishment. They have a pool hall. There are other people. There's other clientele there. The last thing they want to see is some nigga playing pool with his draw showing. But this woman is gonna act like, well, he wasn't doing nothing but playing pool. Yeah, he was playing pool while showing his draws. Get out of here, man.
You know, he told him to put up his hand. That's what he did. But he kept following him. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So next thing I know,
yeah, you knew what was going on.
I seen the dreadhead dude, Risha, and them try to stop the security guard from putting the fight. So they let him go. Let the security guard go, ma'am. The security guard run out of nowhere. When Tommy came outside, the security guard...
Tommy came outside because he got kicked out, sweetheart. Tommy tried to get back inside.
Ran after him, ran out. The girl, he knocked the girl out. He ran up to the girl and knocked her down to the ground.
And why did he knock her down to the ground?
He locked her out like she was a dude. And...
Probably because she was acting like one.
From there...
So all this is going to be under one whole report, so that's all going to be documented and everything. Unfortunately, like I said, I know they were upset, but we can't have everybody being like that. Like, if they want them to leave, that's what they want. It's like, okay, y'all got to leave. I know they were upset, but we want to have a conversation and explain the story like that. We can't be acting out, running back and forth across the screen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everything you did, you understand?
And niggas never leave when they're asked to leave.
Every fucking thing you did on my soul, bruh. On my soul, bruh. Y'all put everything I did,
on my
bruh.
soul.
Everything, bruh.
On everything I love.
Why you gonna get y'all, bruh? Why you gonna get y'all, bruh? Straight up.
There it is. There's a threat. There's a threat. Look, listen to her. She's threatening the cop now. She's trying to get a rise out of the cop, so she's threatening him.
You did, you understand? Every fucking thing you did on my soul, bruh. On my soul, bruh. Y'all put everything I did, bruh. Everything, bruh. Everything. Why you gonna get y'all, bruh? Why you gonna get y'all, bruh? Straight up. To your mother soul.
What's your name?
Yeah, don't worry about that. What's your name?
There it is. I don't have ID. There it is. Won't identify herself. Nope. There it is. There it is. Nan Rouge says, what's it going to take for these people to finally leave? Yeah, rooftop Koreans, guys. Look up rooftop Koreans. Rooftop Koreans, that is the answer. That is the answer. But rooftop Koreans are probably going to be joined by white people here very, very soon.
Well, if you don't want to identify, then I'll just hit you with another charge, so...
And the day is already written down.
Okay. Do you want another charge?
Straight up.
Or you just want to tell me your name?
I said the Lord gonna get your ass.
No, for not telling me your name.
The Lord is gonna get your ass. There we are. My mom used to do this. God don't like ugly and he ain't too fond of pretty. Ay, ay, ay. The Lord's gonna get y'all ass. Here she goes.
Okay. I'll add that to the charge.
Yeah, add it. Bitch, add more.
Yep.
The going on? Add more, bitch.
Okay.
Yep.
You should have been there for that.
See, there it is. Keep talking. Just keep talking.
Well, you weren't really talking.
See, you try what you already fucking arrested me in the car to know what's my name.
Well,
that's not how that works. Like I said.
I should have been known what your name is. Dude, he doesn't know you, nigga. Bitch, he don't know you. Cops don't know everybody. Sorry.
You gonna get your way.
Okay. Don't do it.
Don't fucking do it.
I didn't know someone Russell tells me to
No.
Look at this bitch. See, look at that. She's a whole female, but acting like a fucking dude. Niggas.
Choking me. I'm the victim. Me and this man back in the backseat, the victim. How we going to
the DOJ. Let them know I have one combative female. The two in Valali's car have been very nice.
That's crazy, bro. We going to jail and we the victim.
No, y'all are going to jail because you were the perpetrator. Y'all ain't no victims.
I didn't mean it.
I tried to come. I asked the owner of the club, please, sir, can you please let me calm them down?
And they all choked me. I'm the victim. We both the victim.
I understand you guys are, saying you're the victim of, the battery that occurred, but I was one of the last officers on scene. You guys were already in custody at that point. They told me you're being charged with disorderly conduct, so I don't know what your guys' composure was before I got.
Reverend Brown with the $5 super chat says, I learned recently that coal bunnies have more testosterone than any other race of woman. Explains a whole lot. Well, yeah. Oh, of course. Listen, man. Listen. Black women have higher levels of testosterone than most women. For sure. That's why they're more muscular. That's why that's why they have, if they take care of themselves, that's why their bodies would be tight. But this is also why they're hoes and why they're quick to temper a lot of times. Because they have elevated levels of testosterone, but a female brain. And when you have elevated levels of testosterone being operated by a female brain, you get bad decision making.
There? They took us to jail on false allegations. They took us to jail for being upset. We the ones got choked. You the one got hit in the mouth.
Your incident has been updated.
So you want to fight. You want to get the fight. What, are we being arrested on disorderly conduct?
Yes, sir. That's what I was told.
So we not being arrested on batteries.
See, look, see how calm she is right now? He or she or whoever, whatever the fuck. See how they try to be all calm? Bitch, you are going the fuck to jail. You are not talking your way out of those handcuffs.
As far as I know, you're being taken to jail for disorderly conduct.
Me either. I'm going to the mother same place she going. I'm not going out with you.
You're waiting call.
Don't that happen.
You acting like that occurred to happen.
You walking breaches to the bathroom. She's a female.
She's
a female.
A couple calls about the 51 block party. Then advised that there was a tiny truck.
Okay, so tell me, how did you guys both end up in handcuffs?
Oh boy.
I don't know, sir.
Oh yes, you do. Come on, stop it.
Stop the cap.
They arrested me on disorderly conduct.
And all of a sudden he said that you've been arrested, sir. They were getting in a fight. I said, sir,
calm down.
No, it's not no calm down, bro, because I can't see my sons.
See? They're telling him to calm down. It ain't no calm down, bruh. Dude, oh my God.
That's it. Bro, I can't see mine. I was sitting there trying to defuse
I can't see my son. Bitches never worry about their kids unless they're in trouble with the law.
situation. I was talking to the boss of the club.
If they're not gonna let you come tonight.
I had to talk to the boss of the club. We was talking. After that, they came and put me in handcuffs. He said, "So I'm putting your handcuffs to get understanding." I said, "Sir, I was sitting down. I was trying to defuse the conversation. One party got upset, the other party got upset. I got caught in the middle, trying to break the diffusion. I got hit in the mouth.
Nan Rouge says, started the night going to play pool, but they ended up going to jail. How's it possible? They acted like niggas. That's what it is.
Bro, Reggie, this ain't my first rodeo.
No shit.
I've learned to chunk this up. Reggie, you didn't hit nobody. We didn't hit nobody.
Yes, you did. See? Oh my God.
Nobody got hit.
They think we're stupid.
Shit, I got hit. Okay, besides us getting hit, I got dropped. But listen, that's what you're not realizing. You steady here talking, trying to explain your case. Reggie, they know you got hit. They know we ain't hit nobody.
Yes, no, they don't. No, you trying to talk your way out of trouble, bruh. You're going to jail.
They ain't say we taking y'all to jail for battery. They say we taking y'all to jail for disorderly conduct. Well, disorderly conduct, guys. Officer, can I calm y'all down? What did I disorderly conduct? Because they felt like you were a threat. Brad, if I'm asking to calm y'all down, chill out. Chill out. Go in this bitch, change your uniform, take a mug shot, tell them you're hungry. They're gonna get your brown bag, we're gonna go in the hole. We're gonna go home.
52 to 1172.
We ain't got no priors to this shit. What you telling me?
How do you have no priors when you say this isn't your first rodeo? Explain that.
Do we have to have priors, sir, on this charge for them holders? So what you telling me is?
Like I said, it depends on your whole record, but I mean, I can't say. I would imagine they're probably just going to release you tomorrow.
But then you talk to the officer, I don't want to be released tomorrow, I want to be released tonight. You can't.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I wanted to play center fielder for the New York Yankees. That didn't happen either.
Back seat.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Once you in the back, you're done.
You got to go to first appearance.
Look, calm down. Listen to me for once.
I'm trying to get out tonight. You ain't getting out tonight, bruh.
Listening to you. Listen to me now.
New message.
We good.
He needs to listen to his own boy.
His
homeboy's trying to keep his ass out of trouble.
We have no priors. Sir, can you look up and see if we have priors?
No. They'll do that on intake. Can you look up and see if we have priors? No. You said you don't have priors. Why would he have to look up to see if you have priors? Because you know you have priors. Now you're trying to find out just how long you're going to be there.
That's all I want you to do, bro. I get struck in. I get knocked out. I didn't touch this man. I didn't do anything to question this man.
Hey, you said you're sergeant of the work crew, right? Is that what you said? You said you were.
He wouldn't have got the hand, man. I was after.
I know.
I was in him.
What's your name?
My name is Reginald Bowling.
Reginald? Oh, same dude.
Spell your first name for me.
Say it again.
Spell your first name for me. The girl's up.
That's all right. Can I wear that? When I
put it over your head, but I can't first name.
She feel like Trayvon Mullen. Can I put my shirt on?
I put it over your head, but I can't take the cuffs off to put it on.
Can I wear that when I put my uniform on? Yeah. Sir, I ain't do nothing. I'm a victim of.
Oh, now all of a sudden it's sir.
Being choked at the what you call it?
Yeah. Because you did absolutely nothing wrong, right?
I'm gonna go to that green door.
Council? Yeah. I got you. So what's the address of this area?
It's sort of contact.
Reginald Bolin was charged with battery on a law enforcement officer.
Ooh, oh, there it is.
He has a juvenile criminal history and 2 recent arrests with violent charges. A 2021 arrest for allegedly hitting a woman with a tire iron, and a 2022 arrest for domestic battery. but all of the charges in both cases were dropped.
Oh,
Tommy
wow.
Banks was
This is why he's wilding out now.
charged with disorderly conduct. He has one misdemeanor conviction for domestic battery and is on pretrial release status following a February arrest in which he was charged with domestic battery and property damage.
Of course he was. Of course he was, because why not? Why not? All right, so this next video is entitled, How Not to Behave When Refused Entry into a Bar. Let me go ahead and reset the Hard R bingo card. Number one. Number two, hold on, let me remove this, this fair use. You can already see, do not touch me. So we're already off to a strong start on Hard R bingo. Let's get it.
That's self-defense. I can't breathe. Take the cops off. Shut the up. I will beat the out of you.
On August 27th,
okay, there's a threat.
2023, officers responded to a
Look at
bar
this.
following a report of a
Look
man
at this. This
who
is
had punched
absolute animal behavior. This dude is wilding out. He's yelling. He's shaking. This is animal behavior, guys.
and bitten an employee when refused entrance.
Wait, what?
A report of a man who had punched and bitten an employee when refused entrance.
Oh boy.
Right now. While he's not
Oh boy.
Literally on blood. The police. I'll bang out with them niggas too. Literally. Let them niggas touch me right now. I'm going in there. You touch me, I'll blow your out. Niggas on my kids. Do not touch me. That's self-defense.
On my kids. Okay, boy, this dude, I'm gonna tell you what, we might hit bingo on this one.
Do not touch me. It's self-defense. You should not came up to me. Self-defense.
Here's what he's trying to do. He is trying to physically impose his will. He's acting in a very threatening manner so that they don't do what they need to do.
Do not talk to me. Like I said, if you touch me, I'm blowing your out, nigga. Like I said, on some real shit.
It's usually the loudest ones who have the most glass in their chin.
Watch it, the cops here. Nigga, get out that baby. Bro, if you touch me, I'm blowing your out. Why you always training me? I didn't touch nobody, bro. Watch out.
Yeah, now you're going to jail.
Yeah. All right, take me to the ground. Y'all weak as hell, boy. Y'all weak as hell, boy.
Here we go. Y'all weak as hell. It takes 6 of y'all to take me down. Yes, it does.
Y'all weak as hell, boy. Grow up. Y'all need some baby. Get arrested.
It's like corralling a wild animal, y'all.
Grow up.
This is insane.
Stop
Absolute
biting.
insanity.
Stop biting.
And now he's biting.
Got that arm.
Stop biting.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Oh, here we go. I can't breathe. Yep, of course you can't breathe. Of course you can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Watch. I'm not going to the you off. Like I said, nigga. Like I said, Marshall. Watch out. Can't breathe. Turn on. Take them.
That's the bat nigga signal, y'all.
Take the cops off.
Yep, that's the bat nigga signal. That's what he's doing.
Bro, my arms hurt.
Yep.
Ow, ow. Fuck.
Yep. Still biting.
Hands behind.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I got you. Bro, your fucking head. Bro! A nigga! Ow!
There it is.
It's hurt!
See? Bat nigga signal.
Stop!
There it is.
Stop!
Bat nigga.
Back up, 3, 2, no first. Yo, got my arm. Yo, got my arm. Yo, got my arm. Let's be real.
Cross, Sean. I know it's hard, but I need you to set up.
Ain't no hard.
Oh, there it is. Locking him up. Sean Moore says screaming and biting, and some wonder why they call them animals. Right.
Wait, stop! Let's go. Stand up. Stand up. Let's go.
This nigga.
What the f you mean? Bro! I promise you, what's your name? Like I said. Oh my God! Bro! When I come to, bro, I promise you. Have a seat. Like I said, bro. When I see you, bro, you get murdered. I promise you, we don't want to do.
Oh, there it is. There it is. He said you getting murdered.
Bro, try.
Get your leg in the car. Get your leg in the car.
This is Why y'all do that to my man's for? Random nigga intervening. Oh, we are dangerously close to bingo.
Huh? You take the bouncers. For what? I don't know why.
Get their bags.
I'll explain it to you, man, give me his bond. I'm paying that bitch, whatever.
Hold up, man. What way y'all doing that? Okay, fine. Give me his bond. You paying that bitch. No, you ain't.
Stop the cap.
You want to know why? Because you hang out with...
Broke-ass niggas.
Stop it.
It is. Where are you going? All right, we're going to follow that girl. Hey, I appreciate it.
Oh, we got white people recording it. Okay, okay.
I got bit really hard. Like, one of my other security guards.
He got fucking bit.
Had him pinned down.
Can you imagine getting bit by another human, guys? Can you imagine getting bitten by another human? Like, dude, really?
For a while. Just because he swung on my head security, and so they wrapped him up, and he grabbed my security by balls and tied on and wouldn't let go. So he was on the ground, he wouldn't let go of his balls. And then I got here, and I was like, all right, let it go. So we all let him go. And he was standing up, and then he came in, and we saw where he got me really good. My other security guard, he's injured. And my other guard got bit on the head.
He also hit that white truck over there, too.
Yeah, he punched
He hit that white truck over there. That's
What 5 office? Can you take that?
Look, I said, let me out this bitch, I'll beat your ass. Soon as you catch you out, nigga, you dead. Put up my kids. You'll still kiss tomorrow. I'll blow your bitch ass. You're not paying top dollar, nigga. Like I said, nigga. You in them kids, daughter.
Oh, he ain't never getting out. He keeps threatening this cop. Saber89 with the $2 Rumble rant says, did you see how the cruise line Carnival no longer plays hip-hop music or allows Bluetooth speakers on board? The Black Conservative did a video on it. The EBT community is pissed. Saber89, I need you to send me that link. I need that link.
What?
I might look for that bitch right now.
Like I said, nigga. Now I'm stay on tip, nigga. You talking about driver 2, nigga. You
go what?
Slates County for and I hope dead, and I hope she got hit by a train, nigga.
Are you able to
damn, bruh?
move this car up a little bit so we can squeeze through? Thank you.
Shut the up!
Yeah, there's a gentleman in the back.
Shut the
Now he's just trying to be disruptive.
You know, if you break that, it's a felony.
I don't give a f, boy. I shoot the f out of you, nigga. I said, put that on my record, nigga. Like I said, nigga. Throw the hands with me. I'll beat the f out of you. Am I made the jitsu?
Yeah, do you hear this, guys? Do you hear this? This is an out-of-control animal. Touch me and I'll beat the fuck out of you. I'm a murderer. Who wants to be around these people? Who wants to live around these people?
All that. I'll give you these. You ain't ready. Fuck all that training. I'll beat the fuck out of you. If it came down to it, I'll beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, but it's not gonna come down to it, bruh. Because this is not like, dude, we're not animals. Okay? This ain't a fucking reservation. This isn't a tribe. We don't just let people beat the shit out of people. You see, we are civilized and we have rules against that. And when you act the way you do, you get sent away. So please, by all means, continue to levy these threats.
Do not have that energy. I was running for a long time. Beat down the bitch all you want to.
Unbelievable.
Do it again, nigga. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
See?
Spit out this bitch. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Turn this bitch. Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright. Like I said, nigga, don't do it again. You know what's up, nigga, 12:30. Yeah.
FA to the
Nigga. You know what's up, nigga? You know how this shit go through, nigga? Yeah, you been through this shit with a million. What up, nigga?
The FA on
Send me to that bitch and do
genitalia.
whatever you want. Like I said, that shit gonna go back right on your report, nigga.
Absolutely.
Don't let this nigga up now.
Hey, be
Oh
quiet,
yeah.
man. Be quiet for
You
us.
tough, right? Oh yeah.
Hey, man, can you quit
tough,
yelling?
right?
Can you
You
quit
tough,
yelling?
right?
Apparently you
He ain't
are.
gonna stop.
No, I shut the fuck up. Fight me one-on-one, I'll beat the out you. In front of your kids, you
You're in
Your grandma
cuffs,
and your
bud.
grandpa. And you took training, nigga, what's up? I did the same training as you. What's up, nigga?
Why ain't you wearing a badge?
I'll beat the out of you. I will beat the out of you. I'm insane, nigga. Being quiet, nigga. They gonna bang your shit, nigga.
I'd rather they
You think
didn't.
it's the game.
I'd rather
You
they
wanna be
didn't.
officer, huh? You wanna suck a nigga, huh? 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 Yeah, nigga. Turn me
We
up.
got a clap. We got a clap back cop. We got a clap back cop. I like how this dude. I like how this cop is just laughing at his dumb ass.
Talked about.
Relax.
They gonna know your ass.
Relax.
Fuck your daughter, your wife, your grandma, your grandpa, your auntie, and I hope they dead. Somebody pissed on their grave, nigga. As soon as I see him, I find out I'm pissed on their grave.
he's a bad
and I'm
one.
gonna send it to your. I'm
That was tough on
He
certain
gonna be
cops.
long watch.
Yeah, it's to be
This
fair, I think he
bullshit
was talking
happened
plenty, but as well.
Yeah, well, it's always tougher once there's cuffs. You get me out of here, you see what happens.
I'm rooting with you. You talking about? Put him on speaker. Nigga, listen to me. Twice.
Sir, please stop shouting at
What
us.
bar you in?
Sir, please stop shouting at us.
Huh?
Please stop shouting at us.
I'm gonna see what car you in when I get out. Like I said.
Okay.
As soon as I catch you, your ass ain't moving, nigga.
Well,
And I'm paying $10 for shit, nigga. Like I said, nigga. You wanna play
I swear to God, niggas, they love to win the war of words. They love to win the war of words. When niggas can't win the war of words, that's when they start threatening your life. I got niggas in here all the time. They can't argue with me because they know I'm right. So they'll say things like, Donovan won't make it to 2026. Yeah, come to Miami. We got something for you. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're trying to win the war of words. This is what niggas do.
If you kept it safe, man, your ass in, nigga. Play cop all you want to, nigga. Next no save your ass about to be dead next week. Like I said, next week, nigga.
I'd really rather you didn't.
I'ma come do it.
I quite like being alive, man.
Yeah, I know, so Cameron, nigga.
Yeah,
How
it
they
is.
gonna know? Cause I ain't doing it.
Zebra 22, we're complete.
Oh, yeah.
You just said you were going to be the one that did it.
Yeah.
You just said you
But
would.
did I do it? No.
I don't know.
Hey, just chill, man.
You never know.
Just quiet down, man.
Take me to jail.
Quiet down. Where do you think we're going?
Like I said, go quiet down. Go wah. Come find me. I'll blow your again. You look, I can smoke this time. You lucky. You lucky. Cause I would've smoked your that dope, nigga. Let's be real, nigga. Like I said. Looking at him, nigga. Stop looking at him. Try, stop looking at these niggas, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. Stop playing, nigga. You know what's up with me.
This is absolutely
These niggas
incredible.
go. I could have whole family out, nigga. Stop playing with me. Take that smirk off your face, nigga. Nigga, you real, nigga. Get your minute, he gone. As soon as I get out there,
Which one is
I'm
that?
telling you. He gone. Nigga, I put that on my kids, nigga. What you talking about?
Let's read some of these comments here.
They gonna do help us. They gonna keep us locked up for years. Gotcha. They only wanted to get information. Nigga.
Oh, here we go.
Nigga,
I
they
can't
locked up
believe.
for years.
I can't believe they didn't want to admit this perfectly sane and sober individual. Oh, wait, he said, I'm sorry. I can't believe they didn't want to admit this perfectly sane and sober individual into the bar. Absolutely. I can't breathe. I'm pregnant. I've got anxiety. I've got PTSD. Absolutely. Hey, how they didn't charge him with threatening an officer is beyond me. Yeah, you got that right.
Do not touch me. That's self-defense. I can't breathe. Take the cops off. Nigga, go the f*** up.
Go ahead.
We're doing that, bro. Tell the jail he's trying to break our window.
Now he's spitting. Oops, sorry about that.
Shut the f*** up. Shut the f*** up. Soon as I catch you, I'm serious, nigga. I'm a New York nigga. Like I said, take me there right now. Take me there right now. Soon as I get out, your ass in. Not put that on my kids. Shut the f*** up. Soon as I catch you, your ass in. Like I said.
So you hear this man threatening this cop, right? If this dude were to ever see a cop and a cop puts, I don't know, 9 bullets in his ass, he'll call himself the victim.
Like I said, I promise you, when I get out, your ass noodle in front of your kids. In front of your kids. You nigga.
Okay,
What am I like, nigga? Like I said,
the
right.
victim here was kicked in the genital, vomiting.
In front of your kids. In front of your kids.
This is crazy.
Like I said, nigga, my kids can't play with me,
fucking crazy.
Your
This
kids
is
gonna see your
unbelievable.
daddy cry, nigga. Like I said, you officer, right? Hey,
Connor, what is getting noodled mean?
After this, don't that's outside the window getting noodle. You throw that stuff.
Like Urban Dictionary, maybe?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Did this cop actually say Urban Dictionary? Oh my goodness.
What is
Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary, maybe.
He keeps saying we're gonna get noodled. I know what that means.
10,000 or more.
Oh, he
10,000
said
or
we're
more.
gonna get noodled.
Like I said, that year everything was going on.
I don't know what getting noodled means. Urban Dictionary, I guess.
Like I said, put it on record. Because I know you're recording.
Yeah, Mr. Wombat says, these clowns are lucky cops have all these cameras now. This is the reason why, you want to know something? This is the reason why, the fact that there are now body cams, this is the reason why niggas take the liberties that they do now. This is the reason why they talk to cops like they do, is because of the body cams. Because if there were no body cams, these cops would be beating the fuck out of these people. Talking to them like that? Oh no, that's definitely not gonna fly.
It's a busy night, huh?
I'm serious, nigga.
You guys got the fleet on the guy or what? Nice. Huh?
I'm tired of this, nigga.
Yeah, you bit the manager in the balls.
What they gonna say to his family?
Right? He's vomiting. Oh my God.
You gonna be dead, nigga. Dead.
And now he's threatening people. You're gonna be dead. He won't calm down.
You driving the driver's like he cool.
Savage.
Wait till I make that phone call. Boy, your noodle, nigga. Noodle.
Noodle?
Oh.
Noodle.
It means giving head.
Noodle.
Is that what you're trying to do? I don't know. That's what he found.
Like I said, you out that window.
Give us head.
You a bitch ass nigga. Strap me one-on-one. What's up?
I love how there's laughing at this
He said
nigga.
strap me one-on-one. I don't want to do that either.
I will beat your ass. Take the cuffs off and talk to your manager. I will beat
There it is. There it is. There it is.
your ass and show him you're not a real police officer. I will beat the
All he needs to do is say, I'm in fear for my life, but something tells me that is not going to happen.
That's not gonna deal. Oh yeah, all right. You a bitch. Like I said, you let me out.
Come on, listen to it.
Let me out.
Gino Hearn was charged with resisting arrest, causing injury to an officer, aggravated assault, and simple assault. His bond was set at $25,000.
Yep, which means he probably didn't get out, because that nigga is what?
Broke ass niggas.
Yes, he is. Okay. I found the video from the Black Conservative. I found the video from the Black Conservative. I actually just did a quick Google search. Let me quickly react to this. Because here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. Somebody told me all you have to do on Twitter now is do a search for Carnival Cruise. If you do a search for Carnival Cruise, no, hang on a second, y'all. Hang on. Hang on, y'all. Hang on, guys. One of my monitors went out. Hold on. Come on. Okay, we're good to go. Okay. All right. Got to make sure my monitors work. Yeah. So, So the name of this video is "Woke Black Women Fume Over quote Racist Carnival Cruises Banning Rap Music to Target Black People." Why, yes, they are. But first, before we do that, let me go to Twitter. Let me go to Twitter here. Hang on a second. Let me go to Twitter here. Actually, hang on a second. Okay. Here we are. Here we are. Carnival Cruise fights. Carnival Cruise fights. So let me just let's just take a look at Carnival Cruise fights here. Here we go. Unbelievable. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at him throwing shit. Look at him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, dude. This is why we can't have nice things, y'all. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Who the fuck was that? Hold the fucking phone. I seen some cheeks. Yo, who's the white girl? Hold up now. Let me find out the white girl. Yo, let me find out the white girl with the cheeks. Okay, all right, okay. Look at this, man. Don't make no damn sense. Always chipping out. Look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, even black people, like, they gotta go. Look at this. Look at this. Fucking animals, man. Fucking hell. Let me let's do another one here. I might have to actually start. You want to know something? We might actually have to do I think we've seen that one already. Oh, good God. What the fuck is this?
World Star! Back up, my man. God. Back up. It's going down.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, shit. Welcome to the motherfucking cruise. No, not me, man. Hold on, shit. Oh,
nah, he's like, not me. Look at these fucking bitches. Look at this shit.
God damn. God damn. Welcome to the cruise.
Oh, it's the white boy.
Holy shit. Come on, man. Hey, come on, man.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Holy shit. Hey. God damn. Back up. God damn. Get him, homie. God damn. Oh, we got fucked up.
All right, I think we've seen enough of that. So the Black Conservative did a video. Let's go ahead and check this out. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
People saw that cruise full of black people, and they said all kind of racist remarks. But then,
no, it's not racist if it's true, sweetie.
After the cruise, at the Carnival port in Galveston, people are fighting in the terminal, and a black woman on an excursion refuses to get up because she didn't have the wristband, and her child has to almost beg her to get off the boat. This is why make the comments that they make. This is why they don't want to be around us. Too many of y'all don't know how to act. This is why I avoid Carnival. I even avoid the little short cruises that are like real cheap. Some of y'all don't know how to leave the ghetto at home. And these are the people who raise the kids who fight the teacher.
There you go.
It's all related, y'all.
There you go.
And so even black people like myself or others who got some sense, we always are running not from black people, from y'all.
Ladies arguing over seats on Carnival Cruise.
Look at this. Motherfucking woman, so you better find you somebody else. You stole our place. You stole. You put your confidence when you saw me stepping in. Everybody over here saw you.
I swear to God.
So I just wanted to get on here and discuss some of the things that I'm hearing about Carnival Cruise Line and banning rap music. So I can confirm that this is actually a thing.
Good.
And it was implemented back in June.
Good.
On all of the ships that were leaving out of Miami and Miami only. Now, since then, I can neither confirm nor deny if this has moved or changed to any of the other ports. However, I cruised back in June. I did back-to-backs on Celebration and Sunrise. I've been cruising for a very long time. I know a lot of people on board. This is over 20 cruises that I've done so far. I talked to one of the DJs because I noticed on night one that they weren't playing rap music after a certain time.
Yeah, of course not.
He told me that they had just implemented it on all ships leaving out of Miami to cut down on the rowdiness.
Yeah, nigga shit.
Of the passengers that were on board. So for all of you that are concerned or worried or questioning if they ban rap music, it's true.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about Carnival Cruise Line.
It's about goddamn time.
Because they're getting a whole lot of backlash from the EBT community over the fact that allegedly, they are banning rap music. Now, I don't know if this is...
it says Carnival Cruise does not like colored people. Oh, no, they don't like niggas. That's who they don't like.
True or not, right? I have not seen any type of official policy from Carnival Cruise, but there are people who are self-reporting and taking to TikTok to basically declare that Carnival Cruise, they're being racist, right? They're being racist because they're showing that they don't want black people. Or
Craig J says, I'm all for turning up on vacation, but sometimes our people take it too far. Listen, Craig J, respect. Those are not my people. I don't claim these niggas. I'm a black person. The person on the screen in the middle, that's a nigga. These are not our people. To me, my people are people who share my values. Black people share my values. Niggas do not. Ergo, black people are my people. Niggas are not.
And they're cruises, right? Which, you know, hey, I mean, have you guys seen some of these TikToks and some of these stories about these fights that have been happening on these cruises? Okay, This is why I don't do cruises, right? Outside of the fact that I think that the internet is not very good. At least when I went on a cruise, like, I don't know, 10 years ago now, right? That's the last time I've been on a cruise. The internet wasn't great. Maybe with Starlink it's better now. But yeah, outside of internet, I tend to stay away from cruises, okay? Not my thing. But apparently there are people who like to cruise, and these cruises have become very affordable, right? So affordable that you're getting a certain crowd that tend to frequent these cruises, okay? And it's getting out of control to the point where, again, Carnival Cruise allegedly is banning rap music, even though, again, I have not verified that, but there are people who are upset about this. They're crying racism because of this rumor. So I want to talk about it, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some of these reactions.
Carnival Cruise Line does not like black people, and they don't want black people taking their cruises, okay? It started off with the speakers telling people that they can't bring speakers no more. Why would
Yeah. The reason why they can't bring speakers no more is because niggas like to blare their rap music. That's why. Damn it.
you not want people to be able to bring speakers and listen to their own music? Anyway, now Carnival...
Well, yeah, because you guys are probably going to take speakers into the public spaces where everybody's at playing your...
See, that's why... That's the thing. That's the thing. Niggas want to disrupt. They like the fact that they are disruptive. Okay, they like putting down their Bluetooth speaker, cranking it all the way up, rap music, trap music, nigga music, whatever the case may be, and watch all of the people standing around thinking they're not going to do nothing about it. That's what they live for.
Loud music, right? You're going to be taking the speakers in the pool area and all that other stuff. So, yeah, right. I mean, that's probably why. Okay, if they have banned speakers, then, again, the reason why is because people tend to...
And it's because of you niggas.
Use the speakers again in public places, and not everybody wants to hear your music, right? I mean, you got to listen to whatever music.
Dude, why not put in some earbuds? You want to know why niggas don't like putting in earbuds? Because they like to be disruptive.
Is on the intercom or whatever they're playing on the ship. If not, then you got to bring your own headphones, right? But this whole, speaker at the pool,
because they want
the basketball.
They want to fuck up everybody's experience, y'all.
Court thing. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly.
Carnival has banned rap music on their cruises. Now, I've been seeing little posts here and there the last couple of days that Carnival is not playing rap music in the clubs no more. But this morning, I actually saw a video of somebody in the club. There was nobody on the dance floor, and they were literally playing soca music. And the caption was like how they asked the DJ if the DJ could play some rap music in the club, and the DJ let them know that they're not allowed to play rap music anymore. So they put on soca. Now, y'all tell me, a place that does not allow rap music and rap music only, no other type of music is not allowed to be played but rap music. Y'all please tell me, what is the demographic of people that they're trying to keep away? And
niggas! That's the demographic of people they're trying to keep away. It's y'all. It's niggas. Yes, this was intentional.
Carnival, y'all got some nerve because y'all are mad dirty, y'all mad cheap, y'all mad ghetto. Every time I see a video of Carnival, the stairways is all rusty. Y'all got a whole documentary out here about how y'all ships be catching on fire and shit mixed with piss all on the walls, all on the floors, and y'all...
And if it were so terrible, then why are you worried about the fact that they don't want you guys playing rap music? Huh? Seriously. Seriously. Like, seriously, like, if Carnival Cruise was so garbage, then why are you on the ship?
Got beef with rap music?
Well, I mean, to be honest, why is that, right? If Carnival is known for being dirty, which, again, I don't know because I don't go on these cruises, but if they're known for being dirty, right, they got piss everywhere, dookie.
This nigga just dirty, say dookie.
Right? And you have a certain demographic that tends to... partake in these cruises, don't you think that the two kind of go together, right? And maybe,
there you go.
Just maybe that may be why they want to not incentivize a certain demographic to come on their cruises, right? Because of the fact that it takes more work in order to maintain the ship, to keep it clean. Because again,
maintain
you have a certain
order. Yes, yes.
That happens to listen to rap music. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying.
I think y'all have bigger fish to fry. And it's so crazy because I've never been on a cruise, and I always said, like, when I go on a cruise with, like, me and my home girls, like, without my kids, we're going to go on Carnival because it seems like that's the party cruise. I don't bring my kids.
It's not the party cruise. It's, oh, yep, King Life says it's the Spirit Airlines of the sea. Yep.
Is in, like, high volume areas. Like, I would take my kids on one of those, like, calmer cruises. Oh, yeah, but now Carnival won't be seeing me, baby. I'm good, love. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carnival's not going to miss you. Boo. Like, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Okay, cool. So Carnival is not going to get the business of the hair hat hooligans. That's a W.
So she's never been on a cruise. Okay. Let's see what this person has to say.
Carnival does not have to worry about me. They do not have to worry about me. We
good. Very good. I'm glad. Perfect.
Got the message loud and clear. We are not too demographic anymore.
Good. Good. Good.
So, y'all, I was supposed to be going on a Carnival cruise. So, one of my friends is turning 30, and he's never been on a cruise. He doesn't have a passport, so do not suggest flying somewhere. So, he's never been on a cruise, and he was like, it's my dirty 30. I want to be on a turns-up ship. He'd be seeing all the videos of Carnival.
Sounds like a switch hitter.
Well, he was like, I want to do that because I'm trying to be lit for my birthday, right? Well, Carnival has decided they want to rebrand. They don't want to be known as the Turn Up Cruise no more.
No. They're not known as the Turn Up Cruise now. They're known as the Ghetto Cruise, and they don't want to be known as that anymore. That's why they're banning that kind of music.
The budget-friendly cruise no more. They want to be, I don't know, I guess they want to be royal. Even though when people book Carnival, they know what they are booking. They know they are booking.
Yeah, except for the people who show up and see fights.
A turn-up cruise, period. Everybody on there is looking at...
Yeah, King Life says you need to put the prices higher than an airplane ticket to Miami. Yo, real talk, man.
Have a good time, party, and have fun. We know what type of people are on there. Like, everybody on there, it's just Carnival cruises are so much fun. Like,
no, they're ghetto.
Everybody is just a vibe, right?
No.
Anywhere there's going to be, like, alcohol... Things might get a little rowdy. That just comes with the territory of people being...
Oh, here comes the excuses. Oh, it's just a little alcohol, yeah.
Drunk. It has nothing to do with, like, being
nigga
black,
shit.
being this, being music.
I swear to God, this is so funny. This is why BC is laughing, because he knows his cap.
But these people done banned the fans. They saying no more hip-hop music.
Yup.
So, child, that was the whole purpose of us going. So now, we are not going back to...
Perfect. Excellent. Good. I'm glad y'all ain't going. Fuck y'all.
The drawing board because
good.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So, you know, people are saying, well, it's an alcohol problem.
No,
here's the
it's
thing,
a nigga
right?
problem.
Yeah, when people drink alcohol, they do tend to, you know, get a little rowdy, a little loud, right? But when you talk about brawls happening all the time and it's the same demographic over and over and over and over and over again, right? Again, I think that suggests that...
Let's watch a few more. Let's watch a few more. I've actually got a few more queued up, just so we all know. Here we go. Here we go. Here's another one. Insane. Insane. It's always niggas. Oh, there's no sound on this one. Look at this. 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 What, is that a white boy? Is that a white person in there? Oh, nope, nope, nope. It's niggas. It's niggas. It's black people. Yep, that's what it is. Yep, that's what it is. Listen, you know there's gonna be niggas involved. Let's go to this one. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, look at this. This one. Oh, this one's a full. Oh, look at this. These niggas straight up. These niggas gonna square up. Look at this shit. Okay, all right.
You that drunk. I'm drunk, but I'm still gonna rock your ass.
God, these niggas. Bruh. Oh my God, yeah. Bruh. Devin says they're also limiting people to 15 alcoholic drinks a day, a limit called discriminatory. Dude, 15? Look at this.
I'm gonna take your niggas. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, please. Oh, stop. Man, you ain't. Oh my God, these niggas. Like, for real? Oh my God, what was that? What was that? What the hell was this? What's this?
Come on.
I guarantee you these are the type of niggas that be in my comments threatening me. We got something for you when you come to Miami. I certainly hope it's a lot more than this. Hold up. I gotta watch that again. This is absolutely. What in, like, my bad. Let me just move on, man. This weak ass nigga. Look at him. Now he's getting work.
Come on, fam.
Get him.
Come on, fam.
Oh, now he's getting his ass kicked. Yep. Now he's getting his ass kicked. Ay. Let's watch another one. Ay. I swear to God. Oh, here's another. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is part 2? She can't leave without... Okay, so apparently there's a woman who is on this excursion without a wristband and she's refusing to get off. Look. See, the reason why she's sitting there is because she doesn't think she can be physically removed. Look, the captain's like, please get off this boat. Oh my God.
I ain't married. Oh, man. You need some water?
Holding everybody up. Look, they have to physically get, look at this. They have to physically remove her. See? See? It's the only fucking language these niggas understand. They had to physically remove her off the ship. Unbelievable. They literally had to physically get her and remove her. This is incredible. Insane. Absolutely insane. John Bauman with the $20 super chat says, would love to hear from the service peeps on these cruises on how they are tipped. Yeah, this is what they'll say. Why did I play the cricket sound? Well, because niggas don't tip. They don't tip. Let's watch another fight. Oh my God, look at this one. This one looks even crazier. Oh my God. Oh. Saber89 with the $2 Rumble Rant says they paid for their ticket with their EBT card. Yes, they do. Oh my God. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my. Jesus fuck, I swear to God, man. Let's watch another one. Let's watch another one. Hold up. Look at this. Look at this. Don't make a damn bit of sense. This is why nobody wants these animals around, y'all. Look at this. Incredible. Oh, something went wrong. Oh, look at this. It's a fight on a basketball court. Where else?
Damn.
Let's watch another one. Oh, actually, this is, by the way, let me just, this right here is why women shouldn't vote, guys. I just want you guys to watch. This is why women shouldn't vote. This has nothing to do with the podcast, but this is funny. Fucking hell, I can't, because that's copyrighted music. I hate when they do this. Let me mute this. Oh, yep, there we go.
You stupid.
And now there's no driver of the boat, and now the girl here is trying to make her way back up here to get on the boat, and now she wipes out. So now the boat is out of control, and their stupid asses. I swear to God, guys, this is why women shouldn't vote. This is why women shouldn't vote, man. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's get back to this.
The problem goes beyond just alcohol, okay? And the cruises are not going to stop serving alcohol. That's their moneymaker, okay? So they're going to keep serving alcohol. The alcohol ain't going nowhere.
Yo, CigarMan85, haven't seen you in a while with the $10 super chat, says it went from Carnival Cruise to Carnival Cruise. Yes, sir. That's actually Don DeMarco for that one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Right? So they have to figure out what they want to get rid of. And again, it's not alcohol, okay? They have to get rid of something else, right?
Niggas.
So, you know, people upset about this, but
Sean Morris with the $5 super chat said, this is why I go to places where I have to pay extra, because I know I won't have to deal with these types. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is why we paid a higher price for this house, because we're not around niggas. We're just not.
If they actually are doing this, hey, at the end of the day, it's only the fault of the people who continue to
That's right.
be a problem,
Perpetuate.
right, for the cruise line. I'm just saying, because they want your money, right? But at certain points,
they want your money, but not that goddamn much. They want your money, but not that goddamn much. Okay, dude, guys. Carnival is cooked. They're already cooked. The only way, check this out. The only way Carnival is gonna make a comeback is if they overhaul the entire company. They gotta overhaul the company. They gotta do an ad campaign. Hey, look, we've rebuilt the ships. Blah 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 blah. That's the only way Carnival's gonna make it. Only way.
Money's not worth it.
A mess right now, but I cannot take that my For You page is filled with a whole bunch of think pieces excusing Carnival banning rap off their cruise lines because they have associated it with violence. There is no way that y'all in the Big 25 in our own community are still arguing respectability politics and excusing macroaggressions. Tired of it turning into a specific demographic being pointed at, talking about, oh, we need to do better and this and that, and you're just allowing a whole bunch of non-black folks be quick to say, oh, well, y'all make everything ghetto. I quite literally just...
That's because you are making everything ghetto, sweetie.
I am black, and I am saying that, yeah, a lot of these people do make everything ghetto, right? So I'm just saying it ain't just non-black people. There are also black people who agree with this, okay? A lot more than you think.
Today on this app, a white man acting belligerent because he was under the influence on a Carnival cruise line.
Okay, and I'm sure she's not lying. But for every one white guy who acts belligerent because he's drank too much, we got 67 monkeys doing the same thing, girl. Like, this whole white people do it too. That shit don't fly, man. Yeah, white people do it too, just not nearly as much.
Mind you, no rap music was being played. Something that y'all do not want to talk about is that when there is alcohol involved, at specific places like clubs, lounges, and yes, cruises where there's a whole bunch of adults drinking, aggressive behavior is common. That is not associated with any specific demographic. I find it very interesting that non-black folks are very comfortable with calling black people ghetto, violent,
niggas,
aggressive.
No. We ain't got a problem. We ain't got a problem with that at all. We ain't got a problem with that at all. That's who y'all is.
And linking it to only rap, as if the main perpetrators for mass pew-pewings ain't black.
I swear to God, they always go to the mass pew-pewings. They always go to the mass pew-pewings.
I wonder what music they listen to. But y'all don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. No, we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about niggas. Because people who go and shoot up schools aren't going on Carnival cruises. That's the only that's the only thing black people have. Well, guess who pew-pews? Well, yes, but niggas commit most of the violent crimes in this country. Nice try, though.
I mean, but if you actually look at, the statistics on where a vast majority of the gun violence occurs in this country, even in the red states,
it's in inner cities,
if you look at the blue cities,
yep.
Okay, you look at the blue states, blue cities, that's where a vast majority of the gun violence actually happens. And when you look at the demographics of those places, I'm just saying, if you want to go there with the shootings and the guns, I don't think the facts are on your side. But, hey.
Tupac said it best. Now everybody talking about us, I could give a fuck like we the first ones to bomb and cuss. Thank you.
Yeah. Now let's listen to what this guy...
So because white people do it, it makes it okay for black people to do it. Got it.
I got to say, considering how a lot of these women are emotional about this, right? So let's hear what a man got to say about this.
I remember back in the day when you had to make a substantial amount of money in order to get onto a cruise or to bring a family of 5, 6, 7 onto a cruise. And I grew up cruising. My parents used to take us on a cruise every summer, if not every other summer. And that shit wasn't cheap. And now you're seeing all these fights because they've made it so easy for people to travel abroad or get on a cruise with these $99 price tags and $129 price tags.
Whoa, $99. Yo, guys, never pay $99 for a cruise. Okay, would you pay 99 cents for a steak
Nope.
So don't pay $99 for a cruise. Oh my God.
99 price tags. Come on now. These Carnival Cruises, they used to be honestly very, very good. And
yeah, but then they lowered their prices and niggas infiltrated the ships, and now, well, it's the ghetto cruise.
now they're just, it's to shit. The Bahamas, Cozumel, even like Jamaica was a place that one would dream about going to, but now they make it so easy that people can go to it. With these prices, no wonder you're having all these fights. I'm sorry to say it this way, but someone has to say it. When you have low prices, you're gonna attract the bottom of the barrel. When you have the bottom of the barrel, you're gonna have conflict. And that's exactly why when I take my family and I out on vacations, I don't go for those $99, $129, $3.99 price points.
Nope.
Because at that point, people just don't care.
No, they don't.
Because it wasn't that much anyway.
Wow, he makes a very good point. He makes a very good point. People don't value what they're not required to work for, right? I use this analogy all the time. You have two 16-year-old girls. One 16-year-old is she's the daughter of somebody who's affluent. She gets a BMW for her 16th birthday. The other 16-year-old, lower middle class family, she had to mow lawns, run errands, do odd jobs, and babysit to buy a little junk bucket Honda Accord. Who values her car more? Well, it's the 16-year-old who worked harder for her car. Yes, the BMW has more value on the open market, but to the individual person, it's worth a lot more to the person who paid more for it. The 16-year-old got the BMW for free. She didn't have to work for it. All she had to do was turn 16. The other girl had to work for the BMW, or she had to work for the Honda. Well, it's the same thing as going on these cruises, right? $99, that ain't shit. We can cut up and act the fool. But if you paid $1,000 for a cruise, then yeah. If you paid $1,000 for a cruise, yeah, you would definitely act right. You would definitely act right.
But let that vacation be $5K, $10K, $15K.
Yeah.
And I promise you.
Nope.
I promise you.
It's going to be peace.
You won't see a fight.
No, sir. Hell no.
Because you have a lot to lose.
There you go.
That's
just my take. You have a lot to lose. See, niggas don't care about getting kicked off a $99 cruise, but they definitely would care about getting kicked off of a $1,500 cruise.
Take on that.
Hey, I think he's 100% right. It's just like the video I did earlier today about the EBT community taking over this apartment complex, right? You talk about a community that's not keeping up with the security. The gate is broken, right? The management doesn't care. It's not a particularly affluent place to live, right? And when you live in these places that, again, are not very costly to live, when you live in affordable housing, this is what you deal with, right? These are the type of people that you deal with. When you get on some of these low-cost flights, right? The Frontiers, the Spirits, right? Same thing, okay? I mean, that's just what happens when you offer low-cost services, low-cost vacations, flights, places to live.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I am absolutely, so tomorrow we're going to be back on schedule. Had some shit to take care of today. That's why I didn't do the Love Island USA. We're going to be doing several episodes. I'm going to try to mow through these. I'm going to be doing Love Island Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday through the next Friday. So it's going to be like 10 consecutive days of Love Island USA breakdowns. Let me also remind you guys that Patreon is all new, starting at $5 per month. You get access to all of this, guys. You get access to all 1,170 episodes of TSR Live, both audio and video. You get 54 seasons of play-by-play dating show breakdowns. You get the collaboration chronicles. You get the audio podcast of all that. And of course, 100,000 hours of exclusive content. If you are a $25 member, guys, you get access to my entire catalog. This is a $3,000 value. We're talking the Book of Womanese. We're talking Womanese Volumes 1 through 5 video, which I've sold for upwards of $900. Guys, I've made over $1 million with Womanese, guys. $1 million. Okay, Womanese is responsible for $1 million in revenue. I'm going to give you access to it for just $25 a month, along with the Ultimate Shit Test Guide, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, and of course, my game library, the Books of Womanese Volumes 1 through 5, Dead Bedroom, The Cure for a Sexless Relationship, how to stop female manipulation, how to train your woman, how to properly vet women for relationships, and of course, the book version of the 49 Laws of Sharpe. These are only going to be available until the end of the week. $5, $10, $15, and $25. I am not making this available indefinitely. You have until the end of this week. You have until midnight on Friday to lock in your price on Patreon. $25 a month gets you access to the entire catalog. Straight up. The entire catalog. So make sure you guys get over to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe to take advantage of that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.